May not be the greatest angle for me to see the, yeah, I'm going to have to, sorry, I'll just yell.
Yeah, go for it.
So we've got the, let's take a look at ye old teams here. We got Heathens on the one side. And what's the team name on the other one? Tempest.
Tempest.
Yeah.
They don't have their jerseys yet.
Yes, that's right. I saw them, though. The designs looked really good. I know that they had to adjust the designs due to copyrighted material or something like that.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, something to do with the pattern. There's your hot tea so far.
Yeah,
and we've got a hit on Lynn's, and the ball rolls off of the off the tripod and back to Tempest. So that's both a hit, and they don't lose a ball for it. That's going to work out well. Now, Heathens definitely got some good pickups in Mark Holzer and Austin Coombs. And, the rest of the lineup, I think we're all happy to see them returning from the team formerly called Avengers Initiative. So they come up, and Justin Saracen takes a shot, and Coombs goes over top of it. Austin Coombs was instrumental in organizing the JDC West competition, which was supposed to be the sports part was supposed to be dodgeball this year, but, thanks to good old Omicronby and Fitch, we're not going to be seeing that happen. And I also want to say just a big shout out to JDC West. Part of the agreement that they had with Dodgeball Manitoba was Dodgeball Manitoba would assist in running the event, providing referees, expertise, etc., and they would provide us with a netting system. I say us. I'm not part of Dodgeball Manitoba as a board member anymore, but
right.
They would provide Dodgeball Manitoba with the netting. Well, they'd already purchased and built the netting system, and when the event was canceled and moved to an online-only event, they still gave it to Dodgeball Manitoba, no strings attached.
So you're talking about that University of Manitoba event?
Yeah, that was at the University of Manitoba, and so just, absolutely phenomenal that they didn't ask DBMB to pay for the nets or anything.
Right.
Oh, no. Oh, jeez. Kasprick there just turfing that ball. I think he was trying to fake and it slipped out of his hands. It looks like he's trying to dry that hand off too. I see he's got his thumb taped up, so it's possible maybe he's having some trouble with grip. Anyway, Heathens are going on the offense right now. We've got 3 versus 3. The shot goes ever so slightly wide on register. I also spoke to Matt Kluchevsky. If you recall him doing commentary in the past, almost like WWE style. He was fantastic.
That's right.
And he said he would be interested, so.
I noticed that he has a game on Sunday. So if he comes in at the 4 o'clock game, the first game on Sunday that we have, which is 4 o'clock Central, that would be 2 o'clock Pacific or 5 o'clock Eastern. We could try to get him in.
He wants to do it on nights where he plays at 8, and then he would want to do the last game.
Oh, he plays in the later evening too. That's
right.
Good.
Matt Kluchevsky, much more talented dodgeball player than I ever was. When we're talking about community leaders here.
Much more professional referee than I ever was.
He was the head ref for Dodgeball Winnipeg for the longest time.
He was the head ref at at the Worlds in 2017.
That's right, in Toronto, when you went there and refed. Actually, I mean, if anything, you could claim a much more professional ref career than most people here because you've gone and done on the world stage.
No. There's many stories I have of reffing the World Championships. Oh, wow. Did you see that?
This is what's known locally as a COVID ball.
Yeah, you get hit in the face, you got to wipe it down.
Yeah, they wipe it down with usually Cavi wipes or Lysol disinfectant wipes, and if neither of those are available, Lysol spray bottle and paper towel. Luckily, we're out of that part of the pandemic where you couldn't get your hands on sanitation supplies. And we're now just in the extraordinarily depressing part.
Yeah. Where we just got to wait for it to kill itself. And right off the bat, Register hits out one of the runners on the side of Heathens.
I think that's
now there's a bit of an even match over here. 5-on-4 right off the bat.
Yeah. Piche making himself very small there. Piche constantly playing in the right corner, and actually if you watched For all of you who are coming here that watched my video on pro commentary about my handing off Dodgeball Winnipeg, in the highlight reel, possibly the most clutch moment I've ever had in my entire career, where I hit 3 players out and then went to overtime sudden death, and I knocked out Pichet in the last one there.
Yeah.
Which, and he's playing the exact same position he was.
Yeah. That is.
Only getting better.
He's got so much hair than he did back then.
Yeah, you know, I mean, we all got a little more hair as we try to stay out of, you know, hair salons. I posted this up on TikTok. So this is hilarious. Well, actually, let's see what happens here. That was a nice, sorry, that defensive play there from Saracen was fantastic where he got underneath that. But anyway, I'd been making Canadian positivity videos on TikTok, and they weren't doing so well. But then I thought, you know what? Pro commentary, my channel where I do commentary on stuff that isn't sports.
Right.
Never really took off on YouTube, but I thought, you know, I could cut these up and throw them on TikTok, see what happens. And it's killing it.
I was wondering all of a sudden, I thought you were just spamming me on TikTok, because suddenly I see another channel that's yours.
Yeah, no, I was just putting all my old content up there, and people are loving it. And I'm actually shifting my focus back to doing that.
Okay.
Yeah, in just 1 week, views are up like, you know, 10, 20,000 a video, 700 subscribers in a week, and couldn't be happier. If anybody is here in the chat that saw me promoting this on TikTok, let us know. I'd be happy to shout you out on the stream. So we're watching Linz face off against 3 members of Tempest. And I think this is a very interesting matchup, because Heathens definitely has the cohesion. They have the history and the experience. They've been playing together as a team for a very long time with very, very minimal changes to their lineup. But then you look over here at Tempest, and I would say on paper, you know, they're a very strong team, and I would say able to rival Heathens. But it's really going to come down to, you know, who shakes the rust off quicker. Nobody here has played dodgeball in about 2 months. We finished the fall season at the first week of December, and then we delayed the start of this season. Well, you know, Omicron washed over us, and then, you know, here we are, 2 months after the last season. Oh, and that's what Linz is known for, is those grips. Absolutely beautiful catch there. And that brings back Steve Geron, another healer.
Another healer?
Yeah.
That's interesting. Now explain what you mean by that.
Somebody who's
especially
really good
to
at catching, and I would say
brand new gaming viewers that we have on this channel too.
Yeah, so everybody who likes to go for catches and actually has a good chance of making them, I like to call them healers, because they bring back players when they make those catches. As you saw when Linz made that catch, Saracen had to leave and Geron was revived. And you are revived in the order that you're knocked out. So first player out is the first player back in. You don't get to choose who you send in. And that's not a house rule anymore. That is right up at the world level and has been for a few years now. In like the 2015 iteration of the rule book, that was not, but it has been for a while now. I think I'm just letting my age show a little bit. But as we go into this next interaction, I don't know what we're going to call this, in the next rally. Yeah, it's a
sequence. I like to call it sequence.
Okay, Mutant Jeans. Why am I blanking on his name? I should know the guy. He always wears a hoodie.
Isn't that the guy with half a beard? Doesn't he always have half a beard?
No, but he had war paint last season.
Yeah, and half a beard.
He won that 1v1 tournament. Half a beard?
He had half a beard.
How do you have half a beard?
He had half a beard. Matthew? Is his name Matthew?
No.
Okay.
Left side of the face? Jonathan something or other?
Possibly. I called him a Viking, a weird Viking with a hoodie.
Yeah. Oh, he's a captain of Baby Throta.
Yeah, this is the first time I've seen him playing without a hoodie and jeans at the same time. Yeah.
Well,
and he's wearing a mask.
Hey, you know, he's wearing knee pads. He's demonstrating his commitment to the sport.
He now is committed, yeah. Is it Jonathan Chuchincho? Sorry.
Tsuchenko?
Does that make sense? Ticino.
Jonathan Ticino, that's it. Yes, that's absolutely it.
That's Johnny.
Here's Johnny. And, you know, he might find it harder to catch without the hoodie. You know, hoodies are almost an unfair advantage.
But you can't play like that at the professional level when you go to nationals and regionals. So.
Well, I mean, you could wear a hoodie if you want, but it'd be terrible for thermals. And that was a nice call of honesty there as it rolled up to his hand. I saw it clearly, but there was no way the referee on the other side could have seen that. So, mad respect to players who call their hits. And now we have over here Terence, Sampson, former Heatwave player, real rising star. He learned really well from Jason Mergler. When we were practicing back in the day, Terry would come up and he would ask, like, how do you do that scissor jump? And we are calling that safe. Very aggressive call from the referee, but I'm glad he made it clear so that Terry didn't walk out needlessly, because once you line out, you are out. So, shout out to, let's see, everybody recognizing the chat. I see Colin Chartier. I'm wondering, AJ, is that Anthony? Is that good old Tony Melanson? Shout out to my boy. Been around reffing for years. And last season, actually, we were getting a lot of praise for the job that he was doing reffing. So, credit where credit is due.
You got to make do when you have a broken leg, right?
Yeah. Well, I had a complaint about Anthony Melanson that he was being too strict of a referee. And I remember just thinking,
too strict?
Yeah, and I remember just thinking, whoever is making this complaint must be the most difficult person in the world. But it's all right. We talked it out, and I think things worked out.
Too strict. That's a joke.
Yeah, AJ is Tony. What's up, buddy?
Well, I cannot. He's quiet. He's a quiet ref, from what I remember. But as you get reffing more, you get more and more into a comfort level that you can handle telling a more higher level player, get the F off the court or something, right?
These people were recreational men. Without him, we would not have had rec on Thursdays last season. He was instrumental. That hit on Holzer there, almost taking out Linz. And Saracen getting hit right on the shins there. Doesn't get that blocking ball down enough, but realistically, he should have dropped if he had the opportunity. But, it's easy. It's easy to look back on it.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I guess, Tony, I hope you saw the news. I'm not signing your paychecks anymore. It's Jordan and Colton now.
I won't be surprised if you didn't hear the news, because I didn't. It was a 20-minute video. I wasn't going to watch it.
Did you not go to the comments and glean it from context? Also, I
might have saved it for tomorrow, but now we're here. So what a catch!
Brings back Coombs. Now you'll notice that Coombs didn't pick up that ball on his way in, because you cannot be holding a ball when you re-enter the court. Fun fact. So the video is actually 15 minutes with a 4-minute highlight reel at the end of just a real tear-jerker of my favorite moments. Anybody here remember the paper boats? Anybody around for paper boats?
I do remember that. That was the weird. So that was right when you were going from being weird to I respect you.
Oh, man. I never got less weird. I think you just got more respect. So the paper boats was for a stat keeper draw, and I used to challenge myself to do it in a different way every week. So I made paper boats, and I put them on the water in my bathtub, and I thought, hey, let's...
I thought it was your hot tub.
No, that's the second time.
Oh.
So the first time...
So maybe it was the second time is when I respected you more.
Oh, that was a nice double up. You see, one goes right into his blocking ball, but he doesn't have the ability to block the one below. Beautiful teamwork there from Saracen and Sashino. So back to my ramblings. So I made these paper boats, and my deal was whichever one sinks last would be the winner. However, it turns out I buy paper that is too high quality.
That it never sank?
It was 28 minutes in, and I used to make these things like 90 seconds. People watch, right, see if they won or not. And I'm apologizing profusely.
Right.
I'm so sorry for wasting your time. I turned the shower on. They still don't sink.
Oh, no.
By the end of the video, I pulled the plug. And 3 of them still made it to the end. It was...
Ooh, do you see almost backed up in that sideline right at the end there?
Yeah, but Jordan Ansu is...
It wasn't Ansu.
Oh, who almost backed up in the sideline?
The other one.
Oh, okay, because I was going to say Ansu
The only other one on the court, Stacy.
Okay, well, maybe it was the guy on the other side of the court. I don't know.
No, I was looking this way. You knew it.
When it comes to defensive game, I don't know that there's anybody who can play on their own longer than Jordan Ansu. Oh, and you see that wince on his face? I think he fell on his knees there from the air.
You're talking about Ansu?
Yeah, and
he did get off the court a little slow.
Those knee pads, they don't look too thick.
No. Those look like the classic style we first start with.
Oh,
great. Might be wearing his super old ones from 5 years ago.
I got to give him some of my ballistas. Just kidding. I'm not going to give him any of those because I'm giving those all to Amanda first, who is taking them to Africa.
That's right.
Well, I have 3 sets of knee pads, but I'm never going to wear through 3 sets of knee pads playing Draft League once a week. And that's really, I think, the extent to which I'm playing now. So.
Oh, I'm waiting to see what happens here. Just going to get some good dodging and or blocks and or hit replays.
Yeah.
In this sort of thing, angle, whatever.
Yeah. So Lynn's
Saracen is wanting to make a move. What a
wow!
Just got hit.
Absolutely beautiful throw there. Pinpoint accuracy, like right on the side of him, because Saracen plays a nice low game, gets really small.
And it's become a 1v1 as a result. Oh, he blocked with his hand.
Tsushino, once again, knocked out. He won a 1v1 tournament. That's when he went from obscurity to on the map locally.
That's true.
We had that 1v1 tournament as our first ever dodgeball post-original lockdown.
Yeah.
We had 9 people play, and he was one of them. We did 1v1. We figured that would be the safest way to do it with minimal number of people in the gym. You got 5,000 square feet.
Blocked right on the top of the hand. Sorry, I was just watching the replay.
Oh, yeah, let's see. Yeah, we see it roll up there. Yeah. You know, the top spin that people are putting on balls is so key for carrying a ball past. Oh, and Kasprick loses out in that opening exchange. See Trudeau calling out the call. You know, so a fair few former Heatwave members on Tempest. We got Stefan Trudeau, who was captain with me before I hung up the jersey.
Hung up the jersey?
Yeah.
No.
And then we got.
Did you really hang up the jersey?
No, I actually mailed it to Jeremy Bizzle.
Okay.
Yeah. the beautiful blue and white one that you can see Stefan wearing. Yeah, I sent that one to Jeremy. So, yeah, he'd been bugging me for a jersey for ages. And, yeah, so we got Stefan, we got
So,
Sam
wait, it had
Brillinger.
Hewen on the back? So, Bizzle has a Hewen jersey.
Yes, he does.
That's a nice accolade for you.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool that he even wanted one. I'm not that great a player. I'm more of an administrator. 1v1 champ, though.
Right, yes.
Oh, man, you got to watch the highlight reel. I cut literally every hit I
was.
made in that 1v1 fundraiser. And I put almost all of them in there. Like maybe 10 aren't in.
Wow.
So they're back up at the line. And yeah, Piche looked like he was rearing to take that throw. Blanjo walks out, but he screens a play that's actually not legal. He's supposed to enter through the back, and you can see the referee addressing that immediately. We're all a little rusty, so
yeah,
going to be nice. So back to the game here. We've got Geron and Piche on the offensive because they have more balls. And that was an interesting block there. Brillinger was clearly dodging, but the ball hit the ball he was holding. That could have gone bad for him real quick. It's always better to get out of the way than to block, though, in my opinion. You know, because if you block, things can go wrong. Spin can carry it into part of your body or deflect into a teammate. If you just get out of the way, you got nothing to worry about.
That's true. And in a situation like this, though, I mean, Heathens is one up on the points, but they could wait this one out till sudden death truly begins. I don't know what the ref just said, but I know that our timer's a little bit off.
Yeah, you know, Colin Chartier saying he's only 1v1 champ because he wasn't there. On the one hand, yes. Colin Chartier is the only guy I can't beat in 1v1 at all.
Right.
But he beat Riel. And
that is a hard feat to do.
And he beat him best of 5. Well, actually, not true. 2 best of 3s. But either way, he beat Riel Wilmot. So, you know, it's not
now,
like
that doesn't tell me anything. Does that mean Riel got
so
4 out of 4 matches? Because that could be 2 best of 3s, right?
Well, he had to win a best of 3 and then win it again because of the bracket.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, and, I mean, there can be no question at that point.
Ooh, there was potential of that ball being able to be caught if Piche got out of a defensive position, but that would have been a dangerous move to take on.
He would have been up there and vulnerable, and you know Trudeau would have taken the shot. Trudeau's accuracy is one of the main reasons why he gets to play that coveted left guard position.
Yeah.
He's got a quick release. He doesn't have the strongest throw, but it's strong enough. So he goes more for a quick release and accuracy. Timing, so important. So they're back on the offensive end. Brillinger takes a shot, but you see Brillinger throws cross, opens himself up. Geron takes the counter on Brillinger. That was some nice 3D chess there.
3D chess.
Yeah, we're not 4D yet. Like it was a good play, but it was a good standard play. You know, somebody takes a cross-court shot, you fire on them, right?
Yeah.
Great teamwork though from Heathens. You know, I remember when Heathens were Avengers Initiative, they were back markers, so to speak, kind of like bottom of the pack, but they've really made some good additions to their lineup and just tightened up their game, improved their teamwork, and I really want to see these guys stick together for like 5 years.
See, I see this as, I like to call it the vengeance effect. It's gotten really loud all of a sudden. Sudden death?
I don't know why everybody was yelling there, but sorry, what were you?
That's why I stopped talking. I was going to say it's like the vengeance or the apex effect. They stay together for a long period of time and they get good together.
Yeah.
Right? That's exactly what's happening with Heathens and what will happen with Tempest one day.
So that's something really important to note for anybody up and coming in any sport really, but dodgeball especially. You don't have to be on the best team, but you have to find a team that's good enough that you will eventually be able to challenge the best through good teamwork and cohesion. And anyway, what you're watching right now is sudden death, which means no blocking permitted. If you're wondering why nobody's blocking, or at least they shouldn't be. And 5 balls in hand for Heathens. You know they're going for Trudeau. His only chance is to take that shot, try to trade. And he survives it. Very interesting. You know, with 5 balls in hand, you would have thought that they would release, you know, well, I guess there's only 2 of them. They can release 2, but you'd think maybe even a follow-up. He didn't move all that much. Oh, and Pichet's out, leaving just Geron. I would not be surprised if he goes for a catch.
I think by the end of this might be a tie game and a whole new half by the end of it.
Yeah, so the whole first half will basically not matter. Oh, and he hits register and survives Trudeau's counter. You know, I like Stephen Trudeau. I don't know why there's all those people with bumper stickers against him.
You know, I get your joke and all.
A little spicy, Okay, you know.
Especially on the side of tractor trailers these days.
Yeah.
There you have it. Sudden death is done.
So Steve Geron, very interesting player. Also a power lifter for a long time. I don't know if he still does it.
Who? Which one?
Steven Geron.
Oh.
Should be no surprise if you look at him. Right?
Yeah, I would have never guessed by looking, but.
Oh, really? Like, I just so many seasons I remember, like, he's
just
the
mustache, honestly?
Upper body, just like.
I would say more like.
Oh, and Mr. Eric McEwen dropping by to see. Hello. At one point, you were known as Winnipeg's golden boy.
At one point, yes.
Disaster struck.
Yeah, we haven't had a provincial team since, so. Yeah.
Eric McEwen is the.
You had a hell of a tournament in 2020.
The reason for COVID, apparently. He, as said by himself. Yep. Yeah. Right.
So, Matt Kluchevsky actually said he's going to be here tonight.
Oh yeah.
I may hand off the mic to him to join you for the final game.
You want to go home early?
I work very early in the morning these days.
Wow.
So, in the wonderful world of healthcare contracts, which is what I gave up my dream job of owning Dodgeball Winnipeg to pursue.
I don't understand it. You'll have to tell me one day why you did that. I'm sure that 20-minute video will tell me.
It will. That's
okay.
why I got it down as much as I could. And, you know, again, on my pro commentary channel on YouTube, if anybody wants a little tear jerker. But the long and the short of it, is that like nowadays what I have to do is I have to go into an office, print off these like 30-page contracts, make sure they have all the correct signatures and dates on them, and then send them off to the assistant deputy minister.
Oh.
But I have to go in at like 8 in the morning, and so
fancy schmancy.
Yeah. So not sure I want to go straight till 10 o'clock tonight. And if we got Matt Kluchevsky, I mean that dude is just he's just fire.
He is a delight.
Yes, the first like daddy of dodgeball.
That's true. We call Natasha O'Reilly the mama the dodgeball mom in Manitoba.
She was a dodgeball mom. Do you remember Dodgeball Mom from
that
the
is
stream?
from PEI, yes. Yeah.
Oh, who was it? Whose mom was that?
It was the youngest. It was the 16-year-old that was playing. Okay, sorry. 17.
Oh, why am I blanking on his name?
I don't remember his name.
Here?
I'm sure he's not 17 anymore. That was like 5 years ago. 3 years ago. 4? My math sucks.
Anyways, we're off with the second half.
So who's Axis Soul? They're cheering for Tempest. Shoot it to Axis Soul. All right, and Tempest now occupying the right-hand side of the screen. And Kasprick there with a big catch. That's good because his
Hashimoto? I don't think so.
No.
Somebody said Hashimoto, but I don't believe that's
American,
what it was.
Isn't he?
That's what I thought too. And if anything, that sounds like a name of a person from Ontario.
Hashimoto's one of the players I'm pretty sure who comes up when we talk about if you're drafting a team from every player in the world, who would be your first overall pick, and it's always him or Ketchum.
That's true. That's true.
You know.
And then Dan Foley a close third.
I don't get to see enough of Americans playing. I need to get more on that. You want to fly me out to America? Pay me and Mitch to put on a stream for you. We'll do it.
Hey, we did it in
Minnesota.
What was it? The showdown in Minnesota? Yeah, Minneapolis.
Oh, yeah. What's it called there?
Twin Cities
Throwdown.
Something or other.
You're right,
yeah.
Twin City Throwdown. That was fun.
It was. Natasha O'Reilly came with us. Yeah.
And then after that, in February 2020, we went to Toronto for their provincials.
Yeah.
Right before COVID.
Which is in Kingston this year. Kingston in March, I believe.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I know. They had to get closer to Ottawa. Maybe all the Ottawa guys complained. I'm going to get a strongly worded message after saying that.
Well, I'm going to put forth an unpopular opinion here. I think it's fine doing stuff.
Spicy.
Yeah, I can be spicy now, but I think it's fine to do things in Toronto because when you think about places in Canada that are inexpensive to fly to from
now,
anywhere
keep in mind
Canada,
it wasn't Toronto, it was Markham.
I know, but you could drive there from Toronto, right? Markham is like 40
you can
minutes.
Walk there from Toronto.
It's almost a suburb.
Yeah.
People from Markham won't like that.
It's just across the 401, really.
Yeah. Oh, and Register gets hit right on the thigh there. Not seeing the exaggerated dodges we saw from him earlier. I'm wondering if he's getting a little gassed there. Playing in a mask can really take.
You know what? It's been a month and a half since he destroyed in draft season.
Oh, so shout out to Theo Devlin who's on the stream right now, and I guess that's why he's cheering for Tempest because he's on their roster.
Oh.
Right, they got Tempest. I feel like just went and mopped up all of the good players who just didn't have a home.
That's basically what a new team is.
Well, I mean, usually we have that like primordial ooze.
Yeah.
That where like all the teams that didn't win just dissolve into this primordial ooze.
Is that
and everybody
AJ Smith?
Where?
No. That looks like AJ Smith for a second there.
Where?
Right here.
Raiden?
Maybe.
That's Raiden Kasprick.
That's new to me.
Okay. Well, he's been on Heathen since the start.
Doppelganger alert. 1v1 Ansu and Sampson.
Wait, AJ who?
Smith?
Why am I blanking what he looks like?
He had like big ear holes.
AJ! Yeah, no, those guys don't look anything alike.
Okay, sorry.
So, yeah, long and the short of my unpopular opinion is that I think Toronto is fine to host stuff because there's nowhere else that is more equitably inexpensive to get to in Canada.
That was almost just a block that he couldn't handle, that he almost let it hit himself.
Yeah, you know, he's really, really lucky that
Samson's getting a little tired on that one as well.
Sampson is good about digging deep, though. He usually has pretty good endurance. But somehow Ansu just never seems to even get tired. Like, I don't know what his deal is there. I would never try to catch his throws either. He keeps them nice and low.
Yeah.
His throws used to be, it's so funny. So Ansu used to play guard, and his throws were very weak but very accurate.
Yeah.
And he's added a lot more power to them, and he's gotten comfortable playing center because he's so survivable. And you see like how he anchors his team. I know that I was trying to.
He's always the last one left on the court. Yeah.
I was trying to make anchor a term back in the days when that was what Riel did a lot. But I mean that is what Ansu does, right? He stays fresh for most of the round, and then at the end of the round, if you need him to, he can bring it back.
Sorry about that. Do it again!
Yeah! All right! Run it again!
Timeout for Heathens.
Oh, yeah. Terry needs it.
Tempest calling a timeout.
Yeah, Sampson needs the 30-second break that he's going to get with the clock stopped. You can just tell he is gassed. And look at Ansu. He is – Terry's not even standing up, and Jordan is over there looking totally confident. I think this is going to favor him running it again.
It looks like, yeah. Yeah. He's just like, what just happened? I don't feel tired at all.
So let's
So do we put a bet on who's going to win this one? Let's put
Let's put a bit of a prediction.
Yeah. So who do you think it's going to be? Do you think it's going to be Ansu or Sampson? Can we put odds on this?
Go for it.
I think it's Ansu. He's just got more gas in the tank.
For sure. I don't even know how to spell his name.
A-N-S-E-E-U-W.
What's that?
A-N-S-E.
S-E. S-E-U-W. No, it's 2 N's.
Yeah.
Anisu.
I thought it was
whatever.
A-N-S-S-E-U-W.
Get your predictions in. You got 30 seconds because this is not going to last that long.
If I'm wrong on his last name, I'm going to feel like an idiot. He was my roommate
I spelt
for
it
years.
wrong. I know that for a fact.
A-N-S-E-E-U-W. I'm calling it right now. Oh, and don't block there. You could see Sampson getting into the blocking position. Oh, and
did you see that? He almost. Oh wait, this is no blocking anyways.
Oh right, it's just 1v1.
Ah, Sampson.
Sorry, I want so much 1v1 sudden death footage. Ansu a little bit frustrated with himself there. You can tell.
And Stacy's wrong, says Holzer, who is probably would be the most.
So how much can the players hear me right now? They hear me. Is Terry over? Is Terry over on the court there? Just like, wow, this jerk thinks I'm not gonna win.
And so he goes and wins.
Oh.
Congratulations to no one for picking Sampson.
Yeah, A-N-S-E-E-U-W. I was correct.
Oh, actually, somebody did pick Sampson, but basically just got all his points back.
So Register and Kasprick were lost in the opening exchange there, and I'm just going to say that is going to favor Tempest. Especially, well, I find it interesting, though, that they've been keeping Kasprick in the right guard position when I know that's really where Piché seems to shine. And, yeah, I don't know. I think they need to shake things up a little bit this game. They're only down 1 point, which is crazy. We've had 1 point this half.
That is Piché on the right.
Yeah, well, because Kasprick got knocked out.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, so.
But if you think about it, it's better to keep Piché on longer. So if they're not aiming for that right guard right away, Piché lasts longer.
Yeah, and Tsushino gets knocked out there. See, I understand guys wearing tights in dodgeball. I do that because clothing hits count. What I don't understand is guys who wear tights and then wear shorts over them. Why even wear the tights?
Well, the tights has made it easier for dodging, I guess. I just wore tight shorts. I didn't wear tights when I played, but.
You know what? I subscribe to the Marx's Ravi school of dressing, and I think everybody should be wearing form-fitting clothing at the competitive level because clothing hits count. Unless we stop counting clothing hits, there is no reason to allow for baggy clothing to give you a larger hitbox. And shout out to Theo, who believed in his team. Devlin voted for Sampson. So Sampson also pretty good at Smash Bros. Too, but he only plays Lucas, which is kind of annoying.
Honestly, that's how I played for a while. I don't know. I was really good at Lucas when he was in 4.
Yeah.
But then Ultimate came out and things changed. So.
Well, you played Joker, right?
I played Joker, yeah.
Yeah. And there we go.
Mostly because I got really into that series.
Yeah, Persona. I remember you cosplayed Joker as well before he was even on
I did not cosplay Joker. I cosplayed a different Persona character.
Oh, I thought it was Joker.
No. No. That was Deanna Beckus.
Wait, Deanna was Joker?
She cosplayed a female Joker, yeah.
Oh, okay. Maybe that's why I misunderstood, because I saw the picture and I just
But the three of us, it was me, Deanna, and Kiri.
Right.
We all cosplayed Persona characters.
Yeah.
Mine was just from a different than 5, so.
Yeah, Kiri.
Somebody started playing Persona 5 this
Balls.
weekend. Okay. Puggy Cube, I won't try to spoil any of that to you. It is a great game.
So shout out to
Never
Puggy
trust
Cube.
gym teachers. That is all.
Yeah. Who's Puggy Cube? I think they're an admin.
No, that's Prime Gaming logo.
Oh, I thought that was the admin logo. Well, my mistake. Shout out to Puggy Cube.
Which
Let us
Persona
know. Do we know you?
Whoa.
Did I just hit that at you?
You just hit it in my head, yeah. Thanks, Stacy.
That ball came right at me, and I freaking
He just basically.
I just 5 fingers slapped it into Mitch's face. I am so sorry.
Thank you, sir.
What did the five fingers say to the face?
Yeah, where's our commentary cam and getting replay off of that?
Yeah, you know what? This is why I like having a camera on us. Not because I'm super vain and love seeing myself on camera.
No, that's exactly why.
Yes. Okay, but real talk. We can.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna start I'm just gonna set up a phone on it. Oh,
they both did. They should both get one.
He only gave it to the Heathens.
Yeah.
I mean, but did they only start running because they saw the Heathens start running, right?
It's possible.
Because Heathen, man, Austin.
Did they start running first?
Coombs
yeah,
really.
It's so much easier for the ref to see their far side runner first, and that's usually why the call for.
You see how fast he? Sorry, go ahead.
It was fast, yeah.
Yeah, he is a fast dude for a big guy. Like he was at the line exact same timing as Pichet.
He used to not be a power thrower either, and suddenly, just out of the blue, power thrower.
He comes from a football background, I'm pretty sure.
Really? So he must have been throwing like a football, but changed that completely and got a lot more power over it.
I'll have to watch him because you can definitely tell a football throw. I know that Dan Stafura, all of his skills came directly from playing football at a practice roster for the Bombers level. So, not like full-on professional, but, pretty close. And... well, I guess professionally, he was getting paid. So, I always look for the way that he held it, which is like you keep your fingers on the top of the ball like you were holding a football. Also, football players tend to chicken wing the catches, and they're usually really good at catching because there's so much of that game is catching.
Now, that's exactly way back in the day when I had my Smash Balls dodgeball team. That's exactly how Colin would catch, right?
Right.
But that's all he knew was football. But if you don't develop yourself in the sport of dodgeball, that's a very obscure and what's the term? Just not an unorthodox way to actually try to catch a dodgeball. It's not the same.
So Coombs there really should have been pump faking.
Shot for shot there. And then Coombs could not block that ball. And
yeah, he was ready for it, right? Coombs was, I was standing there trying to see how he throws, trying to see how he was going to pump, but he was just getting into a defensive stance. When you move into the corner, you really can't continue to play it like you would if you were playing in the center. It's on you then to start trying to lock players down, where pump fakes are super valuable.
Yeah.
Heathens back on the offensive. Ansu and Belanja both go real wide on Register. Drew Register, it's interesting because his brother was one of the players, just the most powerful throws in the league back when he still lived here, Joshua Register, who also played college baseball.
Blazangia just targeted the guy who used to wear hoodies all the time.
Tashino.
Thank you.
Blanja has improved
immensely.
Yeah.
I don't know how, but it must be the power of being on the World Dodgeball Federation board right there.
Well, he used to play soccer competitively, I believe.
Okay.
So,
so the endurance is there.
Well, he knows. He's got that basic athlete stuff down. Mindset, teamwork, practice, and I feel like I don't feel like he's a top level player, but I feel like he's ascended to a new level. It's noticeably better in both his throwing, his catching, his dodging. All of it is major improvements, and that's the sort of stuff that people come to dodgeball to do: improve themselves, improve their fitness, their athletics, their skills. And if he keeps at it, especially since what happened?
Timeout.
Oh, so Trudeau there talking to Tsushino, and we got a bit of a conversation happening in between the Heathens.
We got 7:50 left on the clock.
And I got the Chuckster watching in Quebec City.
The
bonjour.
Chuckster.
Nous aimons nos amis de Quebec.
Toilets After Dark, hello, I know who you are.
Who is it?
Toilet After Dark, posting cheese.
No, who is Toilets After Dark?
He's one of the people I bumped into in a bunch of music streams.
Oh, nice.
I've been throwing myself into these days.
Yeah, you got to become part of the community if you want the community to...
Yeah, when the sports community can't help you, join a different one.
Is there a Twitch sports community?
There is not much of one, which is why we've been jumping around the music community these days, and boy, have they ever been welcomed.
Well, that's
welcoming.
Fair. You know, I was looking at the dodgeball hashtag on TikTok, and I'll be honest, I was disappointed. There was very little like actual competitive dodgeball content. It was all just like people in gym or making really just
or best of dodgeball or stuff I've been posting. Or there's not a lot of variety.
It'll be nice once we've got some stuff there.
Yeah.
Oh, and that throw timer almost run all the way down. And Belanja just puts his hands out, brings it in, makes it look easy. Remember what I was saying? His skills have ascended. He never used to catch stuff. He would go for the catches, never made them. He's obviously practiced his catching. His reaction times are better.
When you're on a team that wants to help you like that, it really helps rather than just a team of, for randoms, for example. If you end up on a team of randoms, it's just not the same.
That's another reason why draft teams, while it can be the hardest victory you'll ever win because the teams are usually very, very similar in skill level and the competition is very even. Even the best draft league team or draft tournament team is never going to go toe-to-toe with a team that practices and develops each other and works on strategies and everything. You only do so much in one season. And that's what new teams are always up against, right? Like they're up against the experience of teams that have been through situations and learned from them, hopefully. And on that note, though, Tempest is leading Heathens, so there's something to be said for that. But a lot of them have played together, right? We had Stefan Trudeau, Terence Sampson, Sam Brillinger. We're all rostered Heatwave members. Justin Saracen was going to join Heatwave right before the pandemic. Devin McManus played with Heatwave when we traveled under that team name.
That's right, yeah. He was an honorary Heatwave.
Yeah. Realistically, I'd say half their team has played on Heatwave.
What a dodge by Pichet out in the back corner there.
So also some really good ball retrieval here from Greg Pacheco. So just a shout out to the wrecking ball. I've seen two incredible... if you ever wonder when we say shagging, what we mean, ball shagging is the colloquial...
Oh, what a catch! And Pichet gets to stay in after Blazangia got that over-the-head catch.
What a beautiful team catch. And they lost McManus. He was prone. So Devin McManus explained to me why sometimes he sends a ball like 30 feet into the ceiling.
Ooh. He couldn't dodge that one.
If he's going for a throw and he sees somebody throwing at him, he will release the throw early to create the catching opportunity.
No.
So that's why the ball sometimes just goes totally off the mark. It's not because he's terrible at throwing. Oh, and another team catch off of Ansu into Geron.
That's beautiful. And I mean, as a result, they keep it at 4-2 on the court, even though they just lost almost 3 players all at the same time.
Oh, and shout out to another former Heatwave captain, Nate Gatza.
That's right. He created Heatwave overall.
No.
Oh, you didn't?
No, it was Dustin Pernitsky and Kyle Lavoie who created it.
Okay.
And then Kyle left the team before even playing in a single tournament.
I thought I was talking about before that version of Heatwave.
No.
There was that? That was the first?
Nate became a captain.
Okay.
Then Nate and Dustin both left to join Retro when Retro was being formed.
This is still all before Heatwave was created?
No, this is all as Heatwave.
Oh, okay.
So
right.
Kyle Lavoie and Dustin Pernitsky made Heatwave. And then Kyle left, and then Nate and Dustin co-captained. And then Retro was put together, and both Dustin and Nate left to go to Retro, and then myself, I took over as captain of Heatwave. I sniped Stefan Trudeau when he got dropped by Outlaws. And then Stefan Trudeau co-captained with me until the pandemic, and that was the end of the team, really.
And that's why the 5th D in dodgeball is drama.
Oh, 60.
6th?
Yeah, because there's 5 Ds of dodgeball in the movie.
Yeah, but the 6th one is not also dodge. It's actually drama. Yeah, no, that's what I'm trying to say.
The 6th D is drama for sure.
Yeah.
And speaking of dramatic, this game is tied with 3 minutes on the clock.
Let's check that out.
Puggy Cube, just a dodgeball player from Toronto. Okay. Aaron Faulkner, Mark Sazravi, Jeff Snur.
Snur?
Is it Jeff Snur? Trying to think. It's not Mergler because I'm looking at him right now.
Oh, he just walked in.
Everybody's heard about the Merg. And poor Red.
But is he truly from Toronto anymore?
Yeah. Well, I mean, remember, he's only here as a student, right? So
yeah,
all of his primary addresses are still in Ontario.
True. I like to joke around that he's defected.
I would love for him to defect, but he will be playing in the Ontario Provincials, I'm pretty sure, which means that he won't be representing Manitoba nationally if all of this ends up happening, which is too bad. I mean, unless, of course, I guess maybe Rampage doesn't make it, but there's no universe in which Rampage doesn't make it to nationals.
Not at all.
No.
Unless something absolutely drastic happens.
Unless Ontario ends up with only one team to represent them.
That won't happen.
I think there should be one team per region, but I don't think Ontario should be a single region.
I do agree, but we only have how many regions? If they started to create different regions within provinces, that would be different.
Well, I think...
Like one team from Ottawa, one team from Toronto, one team from London. You just can't do that sort of thing in Manitoba.
Well, I think you could go even like, Eastern and Western Ontario, Northern and Southern Ontario.
Yeah, like curling does.
Right, but I think Manitoba would be a region, Saskatchewan, most of them would be a single province, but I think Ontario would just need to be split into two, at least. The
no
size
matter
of their
what,
community necessitates
just
it.
like Quebec. Two regions. Drummondville.
Right.
It's like its own.
Drummondville.
Drummondville is its own hub of dodgeball.
I have a Drummondville.
Completely apart from Quebec City.
Yeah, I have a Drummondville jersey that I traded a Dodgeball Winnipeg T-shirt for, and I always felt bad about about not giving them enough value in exchange because they gave me this beautiful jersey that's like breathable and has like mesh and spot. Oh,
what a
great
shot!
Hit there on the shins of Kasprick.
Not happy.
Kasprick has been having a frustrating game today. I can see why he's a little bit outwardly frustrated.
Even though you're tied, wow.
Yeah, but, I've seen such great things out of Raiden Kasprick, and I just didn't see them tonight.
Yeah.
So I can see perhaps why he's a little tilted. Oh, and Geron calling
Did he
himself
walk out?
I don't know if he walked out or if he just got...
I'm not sure.
Recap.
Right off the feet. Not happy throwing that ball down. Usually a yellow card would be given out in that instance, but...
Yeah. Oh, look at that replay.
Look at that.
Not supposed to slam the balls, but
Yeah,
not my business anymore.
I didn't see either of those two new businessmen in this room walk over to him, so... We got the second sudden death of the game coming up, and this is usually the most fun that can happen in this part. Is Heathens ties it up, we go into overtime, you get more dodgeball.
Yeah.
No blocking in this instance.
But everybody is going to be waiting to start the next game.
Can't believe it, Stacy. I've been sitting on the edge of my seat this entire first game, and it's only the first game.
Yeah, this has been a very, very even match, and I love it. That's what I love to see. Nobody loves a blowout.
Nobody loves a blowout.
Oh, how do you not throw out a juicy team huddle like that in sudden death?
Because, Stacy, they're not you. This is competitive, not Stacy wants to throw at every big group that ends up huddling up,
But it's a gamble, yes, but you can knock out 2, 3, 4 players. You can also turf your last ball. So, it's yeah.
Is that why you're not on a competitive team? I'm just kidding.
I'm not on a competitive team because I can't hit the broadside of a barn these days.
At least you know yourself.
Well, I mean, we'll see how this season goes. I'm in the best shape of my life. I've been lifting 3 times a week with a personal trainer since August because I was so worried about hurting myself last season.
Okay.
And, I don't know. Maybe I'll have the athletics to actually be a good player. Maybe I won't. I guess that'll determine whether or not I go into full-time commentating or if I continue being a player. Well, now that I don't have to play...
Oh, what a hit. There was no way anybody could have saved him.
No, the follow-up, I know he threw his hands up like, why would you follow up? Like, you got to follow up when the ball is up like that, right? You can't let anybody get near it.
There's no way he could have ran up there because, honestly, there's too many balls. Brillinger would have drilled. But Piche taking out Sampson. Sampson just laughing it off. He knows he made a dumb move.
Piche, also a gifted catcher. I haven't seen him catch this game, but look, he just gets
ready. Yeah, he's just ready. What a dodge.
I love the way he just shot his leg out from underneath him there.
I feel like this is the longest I've seen Pichet's hair. It's not
even that long.
It's not hindering him in any way. Brillinger is teasing him. Look at that beard on Brillinger.
Oh!
Wow!
What a ricochet!
That's a double.
Brent Pichet trying to make up for his role in my highlight reel.
Okay.
Obviously, he never thinks about that, but...
No, of course. He doesn't know it actually happened.
I'll be honest, I'd forgotten
about
that.
And that's a hit.
I think it hit the ball that was in his hand.
I think it did too, but it did hit him on the side of the knee.
Yeah, and look at that. Look at his teammates coming up to congratulate him on a tough round fought. You can see him adjusting his elbow pads. I'm wondering if he hit an elbow on the floor and didn't have the padding in the right spot.
Yeah. Well, let's get a couple of these replays in as we're waiting for the next round of games to come along.
Yeah.
We had earlier Brillinger get hit right in the back. This was when I believe Heathens was trying to catch up at the time. Meanwhile, Heathens, what a dodge there by Blazangia. Belanja. Pizza Belanja.
Think of like B-Landia, like Belanja.
Yeah.
Like Landia on the shore.
Meanwhile, that's where Pichet had a nice and beautiful dodge. Just jumping all over the place. Passing off the ball. And this is where Register gets hit. This was sometime early in the second half. Not happy about that.
No.
If you were the owner of the league, would you kick him out? I'm just kidding. Don't answer that.
Nope.
Nope.
I never really kicked anybody out.
I don't think so either, yeah. I remember an instance back in the day, a player, and this was a non-competitive situation. I think I was training a ref. And one of the players clearly got hit. The ref didn't call it because, like, unsure. As a young ref, you're not always so sure to make those calls.
Yeah.
And since I was training, I looked at him. I'm like, dude, and like I point at him because I'm not making any calls. I'm letting the ref in training do all that. And I look at him like, seriously? And he's like, the ref didn't call it. And I'm like, this is why you are the most hated team in Sunday Rec. And now you know exactly which team I'm talking about.
I know exactly. And of course, their team name was a terrible reference to the movie, right?
No, I don't think it was.
Oh,
it was
okay.
a.
No, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
we don't have to name them, but okay. Yeah, no, the team that I'm thinking of, I think played Mondays.
It was a business team.
Yeah, no, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
Don't worry. But
so I'm not gonna. Yeah.
The team I was thinking of though played Monday nights, and they're like, I remember the referees would take turns as to who had to ref them, and so like it was becoming problematic. And as the business owner, every once in a while, right, you just think, okay, like refs have a problem, I'm gonna step in. So I go down there and I'm reffing them, and they're just being so antagonistic and difficult. And since I have nobody who can reprimand me as owner, I took them aside and I berated them and I just said, why do you even play if you're like not gonna have fun? Why are you like, why do you come out here every Monday night just to start fights and to argue with people? There's nothing enjoyable about that. And I dressed them down for like a few minutes, and after we were done, it was awkward, but at least they weren't like chirping and stuff. But their behavior never improved, and they just didn't come back. And you know what? The league's better off without people like that.
Yep, I'm just gonna. There's some things I want to do to see if I can fix some of these.
Yeah, do what you do.
This new camera in a different gym, it's kind of different.
Yeah, we're not doing like the right behind the nets anymore, eh? With the split
yeah,
view?
it's a little. I'm trying to protect the cameras more, right?
Yeah, that's fair.
I've had instances too often where players just throw straight at the
there's no good protected spot, eh?
There's not. No matter what, you're not safe. Sorry, you even put it on the front page of your website, which is not yours.
Website, dude.
I know.
Jordan and Colton put it on there. I didn't even ask them to. But that's the other thing, though. We had to be very public that ownership had changed hands.
Of course.
And, man, that deal came down to the wire before the season starting. Like, I'm not even kidding. I was at the bank signing over, like, the transfer of the
Wow,
bank
you
account,
did absolutely everything.
On Tuesday.
Wow.
Tuesday was when I went in there, right? So like we got everything. I filmed the video, like, you know.
So do you truly need to be in the DW streaming Facebook chat page anymore, or do we kick you out?
Well, I don't know. Do you think I need to see those messages?
I think it's good to know when we're streaming.
Yeah, that's the other thing too. I'm going back to just one Facebook profile. I don't have customers to hide from anymore.
Oh, so which one? I think I'm on the right one then. Yeah.
And if you're not, I'll be adding you anyway.
Yeah.
So shout out to Desi's butt.
Desi's butt.
And Delta Crab.
I recognize Desi's butt. I recognize Delta Crab. Delta Crab, music streamer with Fever to Tell. He is a DJ type. Ooh. You give him a song name, he will make it happen in his own wonderful style. When I first bumped into that stream, it basically started with me just clicking on a random music streamer on the front page, right?
Right.
And what happened was, I was in one stream. That stream ended, and then raided to another music stream. That stream ended, raided into another.
Yeah.
And then we basically.
I guess I don't need to see this. There we go.
I don't know. Suddenly I find myself fixing my hair. I don't know what's going on.
Oh, my hair is terrible. And I don't have an appointment till Monday to get it cut. So I'm just gonna we'll just make me fully crazy now. I'm retired now.
Man, you need to put a little bit of salt and pepper in that hair there.
You know, it's funny. I have fewer gray hairs now. Running dodgeball
so you dyed it after? Okay.
I didn't even dye it. Dodgeball just stressed me out so much. My gray hairs went away when I sold it.
Oh, here you
boy.
go.
You know,
so what happened was I was in one music stream. They rated music stream after music stream. I believe this was mid-December. One of them was Delta Crab.
Okay.
And then when I sat in there, I'm like, I just can't. It's one of those things where, you know how we had streams, people would bounce in there and be like, I don't know what I'm watching, but I just can't leave. I felt that being in Delta Crab's stream just watching.
Well, now I'm going to have to check it out.
Yeah.
Is it Crab, like a reference to Crab Rave?
I don't know, but it's Crab with 2 B's on Twitch, even though he's Crab with 1 B, because I believe somebody stole his original username. I don't know if that's true, but it could be.
That's a Smash Brothers shirt. You need to tell him the story about that.
There's a story behind this. But once this game is going to happen, I'll tell this story after the game.
Super Smash Bros. Dodgeball Club, as you can see.
Yep.
Oh, and we are off once again with Zeal. A really quick snap there, and Willem goes over the shoulder of Pacheco. Now we've got Vengeance huddling. Every day I'm huddling. And Willem gets over top of that ball. Willem, who after my announcement of handing off the league, reached out to me to apologize that we didn't win the draft cup last year.
Oh, no. It's not like, hey, maybe you'll just be better at winning now that you're not a league owner.
Lol. I hope so. I mean, I've got so much less to think about. You don't, like... It's incredible how much is going through your mind when you're in charge, even when you're on the court, right? Referee makes a bad call. Somebody trips and hurts their ankle. You know, somebody walks in with outdoor shoes. All of that stuff I had to think about, and now I don't. You know, the best game of my life in draft, I was 25 hits and 2 catches, and I was so hungover. All I was doing was trying to think of not throwing up, and I had the best game of my life because my mind was clear and I was just playing in the moment, you know? Like, I think there's a lot to be said for just clearing your mind and just existing, being present in dodgeball.
That's a good point. Actually, I just realized there's an ad playing. I should probably get rid of that.
That's fine. Nobody needs to hear this.
But subscribers don't get to see that ad.
Subs.
But going back in that note, honestly, there's no reason why an ad should be playing right now in the middle of the action.
Give us your Amazon Prime sub, you know, the free one that you get every month. Just, you know, send it our way.
No. I'm going to go disable automatic ads. I just forgot it was there.
On Pacheco. Zeal still at full strength. Also, Zeal fielding Jason Mergler. What's that all about?
Ooh.
I thought he was on retro, hence the jersey.
Yeah, but look at the jersey that Mergler is wearing up.
Maybe he's just
you never know. Maybe he's just a sub. That's exactly it. See,
Also,
Colton Bertrand is going to be subbing on Apex later tonight.
Also, kudos for Vengeance for approving Mergler. At the top level, you should never decline a sub, ever. That's my opinion. But Mergler is just...
Honestly, Vengeance just wanted the opportunity to get better by playing against Mergler.
Yeah, and, you know, like, you can't say no at the competitive level. You just can't. That's what, like, I know that Merg is... you know, possibly the best player currently residing in Winnipeg. It's up for debate. It's up for debate.
Now truly residing? I don't know.
But, you know, I can see why you might be inclined to say no. Oh, and a beautiful hit.
What a shot off it to McEwen. He's out.
Oh, wow. What happened to Vengeance? And they lose Wu and Holzer.
So Wu is also subbing? Oh, my goodness. Treebeard just took out Bertrand.
Okay. Treebeard.
Yes?
Shoot. Sorry, I dropped my mic here. Kyle Carrier is his actual name. Treebeard is what he is known as locally. That's his nickname, in case you're wondering, because of his incredible beard. He has featured in Beards Monthly, I think it was.
Yep. It was a magazine.
Yeah, you can see he's actually braided his beard to make it small. He's looking for the ball. So he's incredibly physically talented. Sometimes, though, it can be hard to get him to take it seriously. He'll goof around. He's a guy who just loves having fun, and I love that. It can be a little frustrating in a competitive environment, but right now you can see he's taking it seriously. And look, he's got so much power in his throws that comes from, I'd say, long arms and good form. And, you know, despite being, was he like 6'3", he will get flat on the ground and just become like this smallest target. Oh, and hit on Mergler. Look at that. I want to see him clean this round up. I just want him to open the season off with a bang.
Oh.
And, you know, he calls this hit, but how many players did he hit there? 2, 3?
There's a lot.
He pulled more than his weight that round.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's for sure. I'm just checking yield Rostadors to see.
Look at that throwing form, although he could not dodge that last throw.
Yeah.
And that put Zeal on the board. 1-0.
I wanted to see him go flat on his back. It's like a signature Treebeard move.
That is true.
It's a Kirkland signature.
Kirkland
Treebeard signature move. Oh, and that opening rush there actually really goes poorly for Zeal. They lose both Willem and Bertrand. And Ferris takes a pot shot at Holzer. And, you know, it seems like they tried to do that one where they passed the ball down, like, in between the two opening rushers, but I think that the rushers ended up like either screening or in some way interacting with the person who was taking the pitch, and it went poorly for all of them. Zeal, though, you know, shouldn't be too concerned because it's only 3 players against 4. Now it's 3-all. And the way Merg he releases so quickly, and you think like, oh, it's not that hard to shot, but you hear just boof off of that chest. And, you know, making McEwen sound no different than a wall. All right, so we're looking at this here. Looking at the old... oh, right, this will be moved on the page to completed games as soon as the game starts.
And now you've got 2 of the most, I don't know, most offensive players on Vengeance going up against 3.
Most offensive?
I don't know. They look at them. They used to be
best
2
offensive.
players. Okay, now you're just...
Well, most offensive implies something.
I see what you're saying now.
There's nothing offensive about these 2 guys. They are gems. Yes.
Okay,
sorry. I interrupted you. Go
English
ahead.
is the worst language ever.
Anyway, you were saying.
So you got 2 of the best defensive players that are not Eldon Wu on Vengeance that are left on the board right now.
Mm-hmm.
And you've got, on the other side, you've got, well, you've lost Ferreira. And he was taken out by Josh LeBerge. Meanwhile, Mergler making the call. Going after. All 3 balls connect.
That was some unreal aim
Holzer
there.
could not do anything about that.
Man, how
and
many
Zeal's
times,
up 2-0.
How many times do you see balls grouped on somebody and they have 2 balls in hand?
And everything else connects.
Yeah, and 2 balls go past the blockers. That's unreal. Like, and
yeah.
it wasn't like they went onto his side. They went like, onto his shins, you know?
It's unexpected most of the time, but when you've got 3 highly performance players that have been to nationals countless times,
I'm just
you're bound that they're going to be accurate.
Yeah, I think Willem's getting done dirty here by a strategy that just isn't working, where they're trying to pass the ball up the middle between the two rushers, and you can see he just gets caught out of position and he has nowhere to dodge. He's getting hit on the shoulder. Shane never gets hit on the shoulder. So I decided to look at the rosters.
Right.
And yes, Jason Mergler is on the retro rosters, so I assume we'll be getting to see him after this too.
Rock and Groll, I just fixed this alerts thing. It's a new season. It's a new us. We switched.
Why do I always forget who Rock and Groll is? I know it's a David Grohl reference, but I don't know.
I don't know. I just assume it's someone who likes Nickelback, and that's it.
Nickelback?
I'm sorry. I meant to say Foo Fighters.
Yeah, that sounds right. Grohl's the one who broke his leg and still did the concert, right?
Yep, that's the one.
Yeah, legend.
Yeah. Oh, Colton blocking the ball into himself, then getting cranked right in the face.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, we have a COVID ball situation. Get rid of that ball and let's wipe it down. Only to get hit in the eyes later and get a whole bunch of alcohol in my eyes.
Well, I mean, oh,
what a catch!
Beautiful team catch.
The ball hit Treebeard, and meanwhile, John Ferreira was looking exactly where he needed to look, catching Greg Pacheco back in.
Yeah, and, you know, Ferreira had a ball in hand as well, so that wasn't as easy a catch as it looks, especially with how much spin was on that. Ferris there with a block and then a return, but doesn't connect on Wu.
Desi's butt, by the way.
Huge play.
Yep. He is one of the mods on Matt Creamer's channel.
Oh, man, Matt Creamer's production value is
100%. I am jealous AF.
I remember when he was streaming, I was just like, I'll never be a game streamer if this is what I'm up against.
Yeah, exactly.
But
he's one of the moderators. I believe Desi's butt is from Texas. Yeah. And he's every Tuesday night, watch Hockey Night in Canada. Watch Dodgeball Night in Canada on Matt Creamer's Norin Rad 22 channel.
Yeah. Man.
Late Tuesday nights.
Can I just say I got some bad news? I wasn't selected in the Newegg Shuffle. I will not be buying an RTX 3050.
Why? What? Okay.
Yeah, well, because graphics cards are so hard to get, you have to like enter a lottery basically to be allowed to buy one. And I've been entering every day for like the last 2 weeks, and I haven't been selected. Oh, well.
Zeal in a bit of a predicament when you got 2-3 highly offense-based players left on the court.
And when you think about
and
people,
that's a hit. That's a hit from on Zeal.
I was about to say, like, when you think about people who can do flashy dodges against all odds, Denham Dubuque for sure.
For sure. But in this case, the ref called him out. Ref is Jesse Kopet, I believe. I can't tell based on masks, but it looks like it is him.
It is Jesse
Kopet. It's the hat. It's the sweaty hat that we used as a point redemption back in last season. That was a weird day. I don't know why we did that.
What do you mean? So, what did you use it
He,
as?
his sweaty hat got blown off his head, and then we did like 20,000 points if you want Jesse Kopet's hat, and somebody actually bought it, but it backfired on us. What a hit, Mergler on Treebeard right in the toes.
It like floated above the ground there that last little bit. I can see why Tree was right to question it.
And he's saying too, just right at the last second. Yeah, it was.
So, you know, missing miss. Not sure who that is, but yeah, I had a 1660 Super. It was good, but my brother has a 1070 that won't do video encoding. So I've been trying to get a card of at least similar performance because he's a Canadian computer collector, right?
Oh, okay.
I had to render his videos for him when he did those 4K
Oh, you're talking about your
logs.
brother, yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
So we did a 12-hour 4K fire log video. And he just couldn't. He had to do software encoding. So I rendered it, and it took not just hours to render. It was almost 12 hours to write to disk.
Oh, my goodness.
Well,
see, that's where you do something called I can't remember exact. It's
compression?
No, no, no. It's not compression, but you have a different form of that video that's less quality. And you edit it based on that, and then when it does all the rendering, it takes the 4K version to render. It's much easier to edit that way. Not alias editing.
Well, we had no problem with the editing. It was just when we wanted to export it, because the file required 700 gigabytes on a single drive.
Ouch.
And all my SSDs are only 500 gigs.
Ooh.
So I had to write it onto. I had to go get an old hard disk out.
Elden Wu almost hitting Mergler, but Mergler just had the luck of the block there.
So
but this is a Mosting. I got to stand up for this. I'm sorry.
Both these players have played on the world stage. Jason Mergler, who has led Team Canada to many gold medal
victories.
victories.
They played against each other on the world stage.
Yeah. So Eldon Wu on Team Maple Leaf, which was the team that Canada had as like their B team.
Because we couldn't get Pakistan. Pakistan couldn't make it into Canada, so they created another Canadian team. Called it Maple Leaf.
It was Pakistan. Hey, for some reason I thought it was Iran.
I believe it was Pakistan.
It's just so ridiculous that they were denied entry.
I'm not sure what the reasoning was. I can't
well,
remember.
because they were coming here to play sports, and I don't think that either they didn't apply for the correct visas for entry, or the border guards just weren't having it or something.
Yeah.
Oh, Bertrand there with a really spicy activation. He reached the ball back over the line, stayed with his body close, and managed to hit Pacheco at point blank.
Ooh. Vengeance. Oh, sorry, I meant Zeal. I don't know why I'm getting the teams mixed up, but Vengeance is really
Vengeance was hurting for that point. Really, you know, they really wanted that one, but
they couldn't keep it.
So hard to deal with Jason.
So it was good on the second half, but Ferreira's now out, which means basically half of their power output has been taken out on the court. However, you still got Eric McEwen and Treebeard, and I can't remember
Costas.
I don't remember Costas' power levels, but I believe he's more of an offensive than a defensive. Yeah, okay.
He's an all-rounder. He doesn't have the strongest throw in the world, but it's competent.
Oh, my goodness. Willem's just not getting any play today.
But he's competent.
They're really, you're right from before, they're really targeting Willem to keep him out, but.
Well, he's just getting hung out to dry on that opener.
Wow.
Yeah, and, you know, Zeal just playing, like, nice, calm dodgeball, not getting too crazy. Not even, if I'm being honest, not really having to dig too deep. Is LeBerge on Zeal, like, for goodsies now?
It looks like he has a LeBerge Oko jersey, but, I mean, he's been on. Why did I say like that?
Well, he was on,
he has an Oko jersey, but it doesn't mean that. It just could mean that Zeal just hasn't done another round of jersey orders.
Right, but like, is he like on the team for good? 'Cause I know.
Well, let me go ask him. How about?
Nice, calm, collected play here. See Zeal going back on the offense. Treebeard kind of pre-throws at them. Bertrand manages to stay alive. What's the scoop? Is he on there for realsies?
His answer was probably.
I mean, how do you not just put LeBerge on your team? He's such a talent.
I know.
Like, oh, he's trying out. We'll see if he's a good fit. He's in his probationary period.
We've seen him for how many years? He's made the teams countless times going to nationals. How can you say no?
The only thing I could think of is making sure that his mentality and attitude mesh with the team in a positive way.
He did reference COVID, so I wonder if he is potentially to replace other players that aren't around on Zeal.
Well, I know Sean Oko was a mainstay Zeal player.
He was there. He was there last season.
Yeah, is he?
So that's that's a non-issue.
But you can't even check the roster to check, because if he's on there, that doesn't necessarily mean, you know, because you don't only put your active players on the roster. You put anybody that you just don't want to have to ask. Oh, sorry, I'm too close to you. Yeah, you know, I can see why you might have like a period where you're trying to fit a player in, but there's no question that he has the talent.
And honestly, when you're look at the score. You're going up a team like Vengeance, who is the most, I don't want to use the term underdog, but they have been making wins where they have no business making wins because they're getting better together. And they've been doing that ever since the 2018 No, 2019 provincial season here in Manitoba. And when you've got a new team like Zeal trying to make a name for themselves, which they don't really have to try because they're really good as is, and they've got a player like LeBurge on them.
Yeah.
There's no way that you can't say no. Like, where else would LeBurge go?
I mean, anywhere. Any team he asked would take him.
Any team
maybe not
would
New
ask
Era.
him to join them.
Yeah, I think New Era is probably full.
Oh, for sure.
But, like, you know, if LeBurge went to Vengeance and was like, hey, I want to join, sure.
Yeah.
Heathens, yes. Tempest, absolutely. Hitmen, yes. Who am I missing?
There's basically 8 men's teams that I can think of, and that's it. So.
Oh, right. Standings page. Oh, man, it's so weird being on this website and, like, I don't have admin access.
I noticed I recently got taken off the Dodgeball Winnipeg YouTube channel as well. I don't know. I guess that wasn't you.
Well, I actually had to clean that up. I had to remove everybody, including myself, and transfer it. I got the greatest email ever. It says, Dodgeball Winnipeg is now an owner of Dodgeball Winnipeg. Because I had transferred ownership of the YouTube channel to the company email.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, and I removed you. Scott was somehow on there, too. Scott.
Oh, that makes sense, actually, too, because he used to live with you.
Yeah, but why did he have access to the YouTube channel? I
don't know. Maybe he wanted him to upload stuff. That's the same reason why I was an admin on it.
Apex, that's who I meant. Well, you were doing the live stream. Oh,
that's true. That's true.
You got to watch my video.
I used to do
I cut the spicy live stream, a nice little moment from there.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, the one in my basement with like 16 captains or whatever it is.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, and I'm in the Christmas suit. Yeah, I got a fun moment from there in the highlight reel as well.
That was an accident. That also that basically killed our live streaming career for a little bit, too.
Yeah,
because of
I was a little salty.
We need to experiment. Some people said some things they shouldn't have. And
yeah, but that's not what I put in the highlight reel.
Right. No, I know. Why would you?
No.
That would be a bad move.
I was looking for it, trying to find my reaction.
I think we cut it out. That's why.
Did we?
I don't remember.
Okay.
We may have edited it out.
Well, anyway. So the other team that I missed was Apex. I'm sure if... Actually, there's one team that I'm not sure. Retro. Would they take LeBurge, or are they already pretty full up?
I think Retro would.
I mean, they would be lucky to have him, but the question is,
Potentially.
like, do they have the space, right? Or are they going to be like, no, we already
Well,
got
let's
9
take a
players,
look at
whatever.
Retro's roster when they come in later on. I believe they're playing in the next game. They've got Elden Wu now. That is a new player on Retro.
But I'm just going to put this out there. If I'm on a team that already has, let's say, 9 players,
yeah,
I don't think I'd take a 10th player regardless of how good they're. Oh, I heard.
That'll hurt your.
Oh, I heard Costas hit the ground really hard.
That was a bone bruiser.
It looked like hips.
This is the worst floor for this sport, eh?
Is it?
But Dakota Fieldhouse is even worse.
I like this floor. Like, it's slippery enough that you can, like...
Oh, you know what? It was harder before.
When it was sticky, it was, but all sports floor is sticky when it's first played.
Yeah, that took a whole season of us playing dodgeball on this floor for it to fix itself.
It was awful. It was so sticky, but then when Dakota redid their floor, same deal, and Dakota's floor has been getting better as it gets worn in and gets the dust ground into it.
And now with the time run out, we go into sudden death. That means no blocking. Nobody's allowed to block, and you basically got Holzer, you got Treebeard versus Bertrand and Mergler. 2v2.
Man, Colton Bertrand, I think, is actually...
Oh, Treebeard hit by Bertrand.
Yeah. I was going to say, when you think about players that are really shining, last season it was Colton Bertrand somehow being incredible while also running the show.
Holzer going for Mergler, which is the best move. Now it's 1v1.
Nice little hop. And and
Holzer taken out.
How does Holzer getting hit on the upper chest? Normally he would just catch that. What's that all about?
You'd think.
Is their fingers broken?
No, just...
Yeah, he just got caught out of position.
Look at this nice replay. Just kidding. Ferris was in the shot.
No.
That wasn't your fault, Julie. I'm just poking fun at the fact that they're really, really into this game, so they get right in front of the camera shot.
Yes. So I was just going to say that my excuse about having so much running through my head all the time, being owner of the business and playing, and that's why I wasn't a great player. Well, Colton, and he's already proved me wrong.
In terms of, like, he can play the game while running the show?
Yeah, I was always in my head about it, and I thought, that's what holds me back.
You know what, Stacy? You, though, were also helping me with the streaming stuff. It was you and I doing all this streaming, You had, that was what, a third or a fourth thing that you had to worry about. You know, now you don't have to be on the Dodgeball Manitoba board. You don't have to be on, you know, dealing with all of this. You don't have to be really, like, what you've cut out a lot, and now you basically have this, the streaming, the Twitch stuff alongside me, and whatever you're doing for a real life job, I can't remember.
I am the agreements coordinator for the government of Manitoba.
That's so boring. We don't need to talk about this.
But here's the thing. It's delightfully boring. It's not customer facing. It's so dry. There's no stress. There's no drama. Just, you know, make sure the contracts are written correctly and make sure they get the correct signatures at the right time. Like, it's lovely. I have so much mental energy for all of this stuff.
I didn't even realize what we were streaming off of.
Yeah, good old
I didn't even look.
What the heck is Shaw Go? I remember they're like, go, Shaw Go, but then Shaw Open was the one.
Shaw Go is the free open, everybody can use it during COVID application.
Okay,
but Shaw Open was the one that you had to pay for, so it's kind of flipped.
So
I don't know,
when I worked at
stupid stuff.
Shaw Go Wi-Fi was Shaw Open.
Right.
The branding of Shaw Go was, the Wi-Fi was all Shaw Go, but the network was called Shaw Open. Now they have another network called Shaw Go. What do you? Shaw Go Home. You're drunk.
Shaw Go Home.
Oh, look at that opener there, Pacheco. I didn't even see that shot. I was
just
looking
fell.
for the camera operator. And slaps right into the wood of the net stands. So just a little quick rundown on why there's nets. There's two different styles of dodgeball that look similar but are very distinct strategically. Wall ball is where you would just let just play up to the back wall. Balls can bounce off the wall. And then you have open court, which is the style that we're playing here, where you either have a net or a large open space behind the back line. So when a ball is thrown, it doesn't just go back, right? It stays on the side it was thrown on unless it bounces off a player or something, right? So strategically, wall ball, there's only one strategy: throw hard, throw straight. And the game just opens up to so much more different strategy, and it's so much more interesting when you have nets behind the back lines. And that's why we play this format, and also because this is what's played at all the major tournaments, right? So a lot of people, they play league and it's wall ball because it's a lot less expensive and you can run 2 courts in a gym.
Ooh, Eldon Wu taking Bertrand out. You know, one of the best netting I've seen after the ones that they use in Ontario. I believe they own it, and they basically have it in Ottawa. They have it in a shipment container in Ottawa or something like that. But Saskatchewan made themselves a nice netting system.
Yeah, no, their nets were gorgeous.
They're heavy, though.
Yeah,
they're heavy, but they work.
Yeah, well, I mean, you'd want heavy netting. This is just volleyball netting back here.
Oh, did you see how Mergler's hair flip went?
Yeah.
If his hair flipped any higher, that would have been a hit.
Yeah, it's a good thing Buddy stays on top of looking pretty.
Vengeance going for the kill.
Wow.
Throwing balls over.
They're hungry for that first point. It's only Denham Dubuque.
Yeah.
A world-class player. This is not going to be an easy takedown, but just throw all 3.
Basically.
Nope.
Well, I mean, that's what you would do. Or let your most veteran player make the catch for you, and also the sub.
Oh, the ringer now.
You know what? You're right.
Yeah. Man, he wasn't even paying attention.
No, he wasn't.
Just reflexes. Boof, I'm Eldon Wu.
Yes.
Do you have my trading card? I was giving them out in Barrie.
I forgot about those.
I've heard that apparently there's only one of those, but the person who has it, I do know, cherishes it.
Oh.
Beautiful.
I believe that hit the ground before it hit Bertrand from
I think Bertrand's fine.
Yeah.
From my point of view, it didn't look like a hit.
Right.
Or say it didn't look like a double hit. That definitely hit Mergler.
That's what I meant, yeah. Well, Ferreira's taken the hat off, which means he looks more like a pirate now than ever.
Yeah.
I was expecting more of a reaction out of you.
Sorry, I was having some thoughts there about vengeance, but yeah. Who was looking like a pirate?
Ferreira.
Oh, I thought maybe you were talking about, yeah, between him and Treebeard, they got the real,
they've really got the pirate look going on. And yeah.
Isn't John Ferreira a captain?
Yes, he is, in fact. He's just not wearing the pirate hat, or doesn't have the parrot on the shoulder either.
Arr.
And now you've got Zeal in the defensive position.
Man, remember when Facebook had that like pirate language option?
You do.
I wonder if it's still there.
I doubt it.
Remember pirates versus ninjas being a thing?
I don't.
That was a thing for a while.
Cool.
Yeah, the internet was pretty cringe for a while there. Like the old "when does the narwhal bacon?" I just want to disappear into a singularity inside myself.
What a catch!
Hey, Willem, finally getting a chance to shine.
2 catches. Willem's finally got his clutches figured out, shaking off the rust from the long month-and-a-half layoff that everybody in this room has had.
I don't think that he was actually doing poorly earlier. I think he was just being put into a bad position.
I
following
know.
the team strategy.
I'm just trying to make it sound cool, Stacy.
Fair enough.
I'm
now
not
that he's
trying
playing
to,
on the left.
I'm not trying to diss the man. I'm just trying to make good commentary.
Well,
I mean, it's bad, I guess, if I don't know what I'm talking about. But.
I feel like you know on some level.
Oh my
and
goodness,
Dubuque got greedy.
He did.
But I think Shane Willem in the left corner position.
Oh! Did you see that move that Oko, that LaBerge had?
Yeah.
Basically flipped it up to
Well, he's
Shane
trying to
Willem.
trap it into his chest like forklift style.
Yeah.
And he didn't make it. And so then you see like the pop-up. If it had gone just not so much to his left, it might have actually been a team catch there. But Bertrand managed to just hit Treebeard when he was lying flat on the ground there.
Yeah.
Oh, and I see Vic Nguyen walking into the gym. So we know that Retro's coming up.
That's true.
Who's Retro playing against?
What team is Matt Klacheski on?
Hitman?
Hitmen. Maybe. Here we go. Pernitsky knows what he's talking about.
Yeah.
Oh, look at all those dodges.
Yeah, those are some great shots. And some just like real like quick twitch dodges there from Mergler, not expending too much energy.
I'm sorry, going back to Mergler, did you say that he's on Zeal's roster?
No.
Okay, he's on Retro's roster still.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, man, Zeal really wanted the win today, eh?
Yeah. They were scared. So that's why Vengeance went and got Woo.
They should have traded subs.
Yeah. I don't know if that would make a difference. Really.
Balance, balance patch.
It would. Well, yeah. Okay, I see what you're saying. Video game terms or whatever you're doing there.
People love them. They love it when I say things like
look at that
game,
pushback that Costas is doing along with McEwen on the far left side of Vengeance.
Who's Rainbow Bunny? Tell Tree not to hurt himself before draft. Is that Nicole? Because Nicole is my draft captain and Tree is on our team.
That would be funny. I wouldn't be surprised if that's exactly who it is.
I just want him to say to somebody like Emily, like, I don't understand what you're saying, but then again, you are very small.
Oh, man. He is a tall man.
Yes, and Emily is small. And he goes by Treebeard, and that's a line from Treebeard in Lord of the Rings.
I didn't know that. Thank
that's a very famous line.
You are very small?
Well, no, I don't understand what you're saying, but then again, you are very small.
Ah, I see. Yes, look, it is Nicole.
Hey,
Nicole Moravec.
Shout out to Nicole.
And shout out to what we're doing on Sunday, because after tonight, we'll be back on Sunday for another 6 hours of dodgeball.
Back in draft.
Sunday.
Back in draft.
Okay. Back to the action in question.
Snap back to reality. Oh, there goes
Is that
gravity.
the same song about dropping my spaghetti or something?
Mom Spaghetti.
That's something else, I think.
No, that's right. It's in the opener to Lose Yourself.
Yeah.
He's nervous, but on the surface he looks calm and ready to drop bombs, but he keeps... Oh, no, sorry. There's vomit on the sweater already. Mom's spaghetti. He's nervous, but on the surface he looks calm and ready. Eminem got flack for rhyming the word spaghetti, but I just want to say only Eminem could rhyme Mom's spaghetti.
Yeah. Wow.
It's my opinion that Marshall
tagged on the
Mathers
foot.
is the greatest poet of our era.
I'm not disagreeing with you at all, sir.
I watched one of the first YouTube videos I ever watched was an English professor explaining how every single word in Lose Yourself is rhymed in some fashion, except for like the in
Wow.
those types of words. I can't remember what they're called.
And Holzer could not dodge any of that.
Holzer's got them grips. Could he not have just like looked for a catch and then just like, he might be 1v5, but if somebody else could be 1v4, that's better odds, You take the hit and you get the catch.
Yeah.
I'm not really talented enough to go for that kind of a play, but I know he's got the catching mitts to do it.
He could have definitely caught one of those, but the problem is he there was way too many balls coming at him after the fact.
Also, I do want to just say to Nicole, I'm not going to tell Treebeard anything because telling that man not to have fun is a futile endeavor. He is going to play as hard as he wants, and he's going to have a good time with a big smile on his face. And if you think you're going to tell him to do otherwise, then you're mistaken.
Don't bother.
Yeah, but I mean, like, it's not as fun to play dodgeball holding back, trying not to hurt yourself. You know, you just got to do in the moment. Don't think about it. Just do what your body tells you to do. And if your body says lie flat, oh, nice hit on Bertrand and Willem.
Yeah, Pacheco taking out one of their fastest players right off the bat.
And then they lose Wu. So actually pretty solid exchange there. Willem and Bertrand for Wu. You know, this is actually a pretty low-scoring game, all things considered. We've had some pretty long rounds here. Oh, you know, I thought we were actually almost at the end of the game. I didn't realize we got 10 minutes left.
There's still 10 minutes.
Yeah, no, that was Mimistic. And
Gotta stop making those if you want to be professional in this business.
Hey, we've been paid. We are professionals.
We have once.
Twice.
Twice?
Yeah, Twin Cities and
Twin
Ontario.
Cities, yeah. I forgot about that one.
Yeah.
I mean, I forgot that I thought we just went down there.
No, they covered our hotel and our gas and a little extra.
That's right.
Yeah, we bought pizza with it.
Yeah.
We bought pizza with our pay. At this terrible family restaurant.
I also bought a Nintendo Switch Pro controller down there while we were down there.
The GameCube style one, right? I bought one too.
No, not the GameCube style. I got the Pro one, but I saw you got the GameCube.
I bought the GameCube style. That one actually very recently broke. The I'm too aggressive with my controller. No. Well, I mean, that's what, like a couple of years, and when I play Smash Bros, man, I destroy my joysticks, and I ripped like the little rubber topping off of it.
Okay.
And when I hit up the company to be like, hey, can you just send me this? I'll pay for it. And they're like, we'll just send you a whole new controller. I'm like, but I just need the little rubber like thumbstick cap. And nope, they sent me a whole new controller, and they told me they don't have access to individual parts, and I just thought that was ridiculous. I was fully prepared to just replace the joystick myself.
I'm looking at some of the names in the chat and surprised that some of them are still around.
And Pacheco takes the opening shot but gets hit while he's winding up. His ball would have still been live there if it had connected with anybody, but that was a nice opener for Zeal. Getting Pacheco at no cost. And with 4 balls in hand, they're on the offensive as well.
Oh!
They're going to be up 2 or 3 players before Vengeance even takes a shot.
Costas could have gone for his own off-ball catch, but wasn't taking any chances.
Oh, the Huckster currently playing Red Dead on old 360. That's sweet.
The original Red Dead, I assume.
Yeah, good game.
It is.
I
preferred the second one.
I don't really get into those like sandbox open world type games.
Oh, a Treebeard right in the crotch from
Yeah, he wasn't expecting the shot, but if you look, Zeal has put all of their lefties on the left side of the court there, so they can throw across their bodies. That's pretty smart. Wow, they actually have three. They have 3 of the best left-handed players. They're only missing Clarence.
That's true.
Yeah, Clarence, the other incredible left-handed player, unless I'm thinking or I'm forgetting somebody. But
no, that's the only 3-4 I can think of.
If I want to make a left-handed team in dodgeball,
I mean, unless you want to include yourself in that list.
I don't throw lefty.
Oh, right, okay.
My left-handed throw is okay.
Oh, DeBook taking Ferreira out.
Yeah.
He went way too far up to the line, and DeBook took full advantage of that.
Yeah, so you got Bertrand, LeBurge, and Dubuque, who all throw left-handed. And then you would have Clarence Alfaro. And, man, I have to start going back in time. We got Terence Sampson. Terry's a lefty. And then I'm thinking, like, Nicole.
Yeah, Moravik, yeah.
Yeah, she's also one of the strongest left-handed players. I know Alan Quinto back in the day. Shout out to Alan. Bro, I'm shouting you out, bro.
Yeah.
Miss you, bro.
I remember that guy.
Yes. Zach Klappa.
I was actually going to ask when I saw him walk in the room, yeah.
Yeah. Grant Hyros would probably make that team.
Yeah.
That's it. I don't know if we got any more lefties.
Yeah.
Vengeance doesn't have a single left-handed player. What are they, prejudiced? listening to the stream as I warm up. So shout out to, I guess that would be John Dell.
That would be John Dell, yes.
And I see Matt Kluchevsky walking out of the men's changing area.
Yeah. Is he joining us for the last game?
He's
joining me, you said.
Yeah, he should be joining you. Yeah, I'm going to need to get home before 10:30 tonight.
Hey, perhaps if, what's his name?
Oh, the double off of tree. And the two pirates.
The two pirates. Arr, it was a double.
Arr. Arr. Pour me a double.
Ah. Okay.
Oh no, my tobacco, tea, and spices.
That's exactly the reference.
But it's not spices though. What is it? It's tobacco, tea.
There is spices.
No, I've had that wrong for so long. It's tobacco, tea, and something else. Something else that old-timey merchants would have.
It was spices.
We'll look it up afterwards.
I'm pretty sure it's spices. Time out. Vengeance needs to have a chat about how much more points they need in the next 5 minutes.
They need to double their get 50% more points at least.
50%. If they can cut it down to,
50%
4.
more, a single point.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, let's look up Peter Pirate. Let's see if that works.
Peter Pirate.
Well, because I want to see what the tobacco, tea, and... Oh, I don't have 4 minutes for this. The guy's driving a Mini.
And there you see Zeal getting ready at the line. Well, the whistle has been blown.
So,
throw is on Zeal.
Wu there going underneath before taking the throw. Oh, and too many people called the ball.
Everybody
girls.
went for that potential catch, but none of them were fast enough.
Yeah.
Pacheco, final man left on the court. Can he take on this giant amount of players? He's been able to dodge and block all the time. All his life, he's been good at it. But can he take all 4 of these players on? It's tobacco.
Sugarcane, tobacco, and spices. There's no tea in there.
Oh!
I have to get this shipment of sugarcane, tobacco, and spices.
Oh.
Aha!
I see.
Dustin looking
that
would have
bothered me all night if he didn't look
section.
into it. Greg Pacheco crying out in anguish as he throws the ball straight down into the ground.
So he wasn't looking at the comments, but I'm not going to tell you what he was looking at.
I thought he was looking at the viewers.
No, okay, I'll spill the beans. He was just looking at how much time was left, which is much less exciting than leaving it to the imagination.
Tie your shoes, sir, or else you're going to trip and hurt yourself. Break your nose.
There was, back in like the Newgrounds days, there was this video I really liked, and the author was Tie My Shoe.
Tie my shoe.
Yes, which is obviously a pun in retrospect. Oh, man, the internet. Oh, nice drop shot on Mergler there. You see that topspin carried it past the blocker. Mergler normally so effective at blocking, but that ball just carried right past and rolled down his side. Nice shot from Pacheco.
I'm not sure if we had that on replay, but...
Chartier wants to let Nguyen know that he's looking cute tonight. Do you want to deliver the message, or shall I?
Get your butt over here.
Colin Chartier wants you to know you're looking cute tonight.
Who? He says who? He has no idea who you are.
Yeah, the message has been delivered. Vic Nguyen has been told he's looking cute, and in response, he asked, "Who is Colin Chartier?" So just letting you know, Colin, you've been gone too long. You need to like start reffing or something. Get involved. I think we might be seeing Rylan Yarjow reffing, but I know he won't be returning to play this season. At least not right away.
Ooh, that ball went up. Nobody could go for it.
Yeah. So actually, now that I think about it, remember I said there might not be a space on New Era? Well, maybe there is.
No, because Mr. Colin Chartier might be a little too injured still.
Man, New Era could ask literally anybody on any team, and they would
honestly
be stupid not to go.
That thing is,
go ask a captain. Just
do they need anybody?
Probably not, but
no, they could. You know what they could do? What they did a few years ago. Remember when they did? They had, who was it? Saracen join their team.
Right, but that was to be a retriever or something.
Yeah, but he was still on the roster.
Was he?
Yeah.
Interesting. Oh, and Pacheco
there. Or something along those lines.
Man, he's just like, where's my team? They're not even looking at him.
Oh, Pacheco was all alone for this last little bit.
And nobody even looked at him, too. He's like looking around for emotional support. Probably not, but that's what in my mind, me, an empath. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, I hate that so much. But he's looking around there, like for his team. Usually you're looking around, you want somebody to be like, yeah, it's all right, buddy, or you did your best or whatever. And they weren't even looking. I think Vengeance is checked out.
Yeah, it's possible. Look at the score.
See, Vengeance checks out while Dunstan checks in. Oh, nice dive. You see, he carried some forward momentum as well, so he didn't just fall straight flat on the ground. That's how I cracked my rib at the first provincials with Heatwave.
Now, that was a completely different gym that you did that in, and this wouldn't have been a softish floor type gym. Look at that, right across the back from on Shane Willem, and anybody could have said that was a safe shot, and he's an honest player.
I wish I had...
Oh, right in the face!
I wish we had LeBurge's face on camera. He just made the funniest expression I've ever seen in my life.
I saw that.
I don't even know what that...
If we had
what does that even mean?
I don't know, but I'm laughing at it.
Yeah.
Anyone getting hit in the face.
Yeah. Also, when you're up by 8 points, why are you diving, man? Save your body. And
it's a little far, but we do have a replay of that. Oh!
Nice fall. Falling on my back.
Yeah.
If you don't carry the momentum with you backwards, that's also how I cracked a rib on my back in 2017. I cracked a rib on each side.
Treebeard right in the toe.
One on the front,
Meanwhile,
one on the back.
It's sudden death.
All right.
And they're all like, no.
I love sudden death. It's like my favorite thing. The game gets so much more frantic and exciting.
But it's 1v1 sudden death is the most crazy part about this.
That's my favorite. No,
you've got Eldon Wu on the left side of your screen, and you've got Colton Bertrand on the right side. And you got two of the most dodgy men on this court right now.
And they're
Wu
almost lines out. Oh, and he goes Bertrand for over the top. Tries to style there.
And he throws one back. Tries to put it in the basketball net. I was going to make a joke. Try a different sport.
So
that was quite a dodge.
So here's a question.
Yeah.
There are two dodgeballs in the ceiling of this gym. I can see them right here.
I remember one of them is Matt Klaczewski's fault. That was right in the face, that shot.
So they've been up there for years.
Yeah.
Since I owned Dodgeball Winnipeg.
Yeah. Oh, my goodness. That's been like a week.
If they come down, whose balls are those?
The league's, obviously.
Well, are they, though? Because when I sold the league, it included everything that was put into a storage locker to make it very clear what the contents of the league were. Are those balls Dodgeball Winnipeg's or are those mine?
That's a good question.
They're Dodgeball Winnipeg's. I'd give them to him. I don't want them. We'll arm wrestle over them. Are we standing for this?
Well, I don't know. I don't know. It might look better than looking up down on us, right?
Yeah. Well, you know, everybody wants that angle, right? That's like the selfie angle. You got to do it from up high, and that's also why people complain, when their boyfriend takes their pictures, they're doing it from here. No, you got to do it from up here. Use your height, right?
So the worst thing I've seen these days is when you got a really cheap news company and they got their phone and they're going like this. They're doing a selfie like, I'm here at the police station. And have you seen that? That's the worst. I don't know why I just thought of that.
I would be upset about that, but I know that they were already getting reporters to be their own camera people before this, so not even giving them a camera I can see. And news media is running out of money. Who buys ads?
Nobody.
Yeah, first of all, who buys ads on broadcast television?
It's all about Facebook and social media ads, YouTube ads. Oh my goodness, those are persistent. Get off of my stream.
I don't actually see YouTube ads because I pay for YouTube Premium.
I was hoping you weren't going to make that joke.
Well, it's not even a joke. I just don't like seeing ads.
So one thing I was going to go back to, somebody mentioned about the Super Smash Balls logo
Please,
on
tell
my
the
shirt.
story.
When I first started dodgeball, that was my team names. That was my team's name. We came up with Super Smash Bros. Dodgeball Club. That's how, this was 2017, I believe.
Yeah.
And it's just, this was our first shirts. Stacy was so like willing to like, hey, what was it, like $17 a shirt we had to pay? And it's like,
oh yeah,
get yourselves a shirt. We got good jerseys now that are like these style jerseys that you see all over the court.
Nate got me one for my birthday, a Smash Balls jersey with Charizard on it.
That's right, I did.
Yeah.
Or you got.
Yeah,
I made
Nate,
it for you?
Nate, well,
oh,
Nate got you to make it,
that's right.
and he ordered it for me for my birthday.
Yeah,
so, you know, shout out, Nate. Thanks for the birthday gift years ago.
Years ago. A defunct team ever since, but had some quite the characters on that roster, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah. There's a lot of people that used to be real mainstays that we haven't seen in ages. I ended up sending, if you remember
I'm
Megan,
like the only one left.
Remember Megan Alec, now Megan Casela, she was in the montage reel, and so I was like, hey, I sent it to her. Hey, you're in this. You might want to see it because she was in the original How to Play Dodgeball video.
Right.
Oh, you know, that's something we should do. We should make another rules video now that the WDBF rules have advanced so much.
And there's more eyes outside of leagues not knowing how to play. Hey. And now that the rules are solid around the world,
they're pretty consistent.
Like they're consistent more so now than ever.
Yeah.
So. You know what I love about these masks? We're not popping our peas with these microphones. It's almost like a filter. It's almost like we have a filter for you don't see our mouths. You don't see if we haven't brushed our teeth. It's just simply quality audio coming out of our mouths.
But it is important that you trim your beard to the chin. That's the trick to not looking scrubby, is that you shave your neck.
And then whatever's here, who really cares?
Do I have a beard right now? Am I clean shaven? Nobody knows.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, probably on some level now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, so let's talk about business ventures. Right 2 weeks before the vaccines were announced, I bought a supply of masks to start an online business selling masks. So I've got.
Oh no, that sounds black market illegal, man.
I mean, we bought them off a local seamstress.
Okay.
She had a whole bunch.
Cloth. Okay.
Yeah. Well, these.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why do I have so many masks that are this exact style? Well, because that business failed because immediately after vaccines were announced, people stopped buying masks.
Oh yeah.
I had like $600 worth of masks sitting there with me and my business partner in the venture, so we just split them. Now I just have a shoebox in my front hallway with like 100 masks or something.
Hey, we should do giveaways.
We can give away masks, but you're not even supposed to wear cloth masks anymore, right? Aren't we?
That's true. And boy, are we following the rules.
Well, hey, at least we're wearing them.
I think it's just easier to do commentary in cloth masks anyways.
For sure. And
I mean,
yeah.
We're following the rules to some extent.
Yeah, we're going above the rules right now.
That is true. Technically, we don't have to be wearing these,
yeah.
But since we're not interacting with, or we're not part of the playing community, I just got to point over to Harder and Wu throwing balls way too close to the camera right now. That is going to be devastating.
Let's talk about Hitman.
Poor Julie's going to get hit in the back of the head pretty soon. Oh, that freaked her out.
Yeah, so Hitman, let's take a look at their roster. I'm seeing Akita.
Yep.
Akita Lewis, I believe. And
yep.
We've got Aaron Olivier Job.
Hey, I remember. That was Akita and Aaron Olivier Job. Both came out on the same team together from the start. I believe that was 100 or something.
Yeah, well, actually, Aaron Olivier Job played the first provincials with me.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Very solid talent. He plays so many sports.
Yeah.
I'm actually surprised to see him wearing knee pads. He always told me he never has to because they have enough strength in his legs that he wouldn't ever hit the ground that hard.
Yeah, but he was also a basketball player, was he not?
Yeah, well, I mean, basketball, soccer. I asked him once about sports he's played competitively, and he just started going on his fingers and listing them off. And then we've got Grant Pyros.
I think your mic's not even working. You may have muted yourself.
Congrats, dude. So I'll just repeat everything I've said for, oh God, how long has that been off?
I have no idea.
Lovely. I was just getting picked up through Mitch's microphone.
It's okay. You're pretty loud.
So, yeah, we've got Aaron, Olivier Job. We've got Akita Lewis. We've got Grant Hyros. We've got Matt Kuchevsky. I'm seeing one guy over here whose name I am blanking on.
Point him out.
Oh, it's all right. I'll just look at the roster right now.
Yeah.
The dude in the gray shirt.
Nope. Can't help you.
Yeah. Okay. Let's take a look at the old roster Rooney over here. Okay, we got Ben Prateau. Oh, this is a tiny roster. Bart Zizzy. Cody Tomchuk. That's who it is. That's Cody Tomchuk.
It's been a while.
Yeah. Player who's come up through draft, but how do they only have 6 players on their roster? That is insane. Can't be right. Why you
It's
do
hit,
this?
man.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe players left for
Yeah, but
Typhoon, or sorry, what's that other team name?
Tempest?
Tempest?
Well, I know that Julio Amador put this team together and then promptly left and went to Retro almost immediately. Didn't even play a game with them.
Oh, wow. Sounds familiar.
He formed the team and then jumped ship. Not that it was a bad decision, you know.
That happens, though. That happens everywhere.
Retro is a pretty solid team. As you can see, they took like right to the end there in men's last season.
Yeah.
I couldn't figure like they took, and I couldn't figure out what the word is, but they took it right to the end against Newer there. Handily defeated Zeal. Yeah, all in all, good times.
So right now you got Retro. Whoops. There you go. Now you finally got hit.
Hey, camera operator has been initiated into dodgeball, getting hit in the head. Next one, you got to take a full force one to the face. You'll realize it doesn't hurt that much, and then it won't be a problem. So they're 140 gram foam ball covered in rubber. When they hit you, like I would say a light slap hurts more.
So one of the first days we started doing streaming with the camera, the extra camera. I believe it was Cindy, not Julie, that was doing it.
It was.
And it was, we were in the corner of the court because there was some, I think there was some seating that was put up that was in our way. And unfortunately, we're getting cross-courted by Jordan Ferris. I got hit in the face twice that day. I think Cindy got it right in the stomach. And that was good initiation for her.
Well, I remember when Lindsay Dewick first came out to dodgeball. This is back in Rec League. She walked out, like, we were warming up before our very first game. She'd never played before. Wow. And I accidentally beamed her full force in the face with one of those 8.5-inch shoulder killers.
Oh.
And after that, she was fearless because she realized they don't hurt. Right? Like, yeah, there's a light stinging briefly, but I would say, like, I've had things that don't seem like they should hurt more than that, a lot more than that. Because, yeah, dodgeballs, they just have no mass. Yeah. So we're seeing the 6 players of Hitmen there. They've got their whole roster out. Okay. It's nice seeing Ben Prateau back on the court. Oh, Taylor Boudreau. How do I forget? Taylor Boudreau, somebody recently connected with over a mutual love of Formula One. Big fan of Grand Prix racing. Got really into that over pandemic times, and I'm not going to say that contributed to me selling Dodgeball Winnipeg, but
yeah,
you know, it did replace it as a passion when dodgeball was gone. I was able to follow F1. Was able to get drama surreptitiously through professional sports, and man, 2021 was one heck of a season. If you ever want to watch one of the most exciting racing seasons of all time, 2021 Formula One is hard to beat. 2012 was also a really good one, but you gotta watch the most recent one. It's spicy. The drama is still unfolding, and you know, the season's over. It's great.
Talking about F1 again?
Oh yeah.
I stopped listening because I figured that.
And they Pernitsky fumbles, but still manages to get a hit on Tomchuk. And the ball rolls back. That went, and Olivier Job holding
right
both balls.
In the fingers for Nguyen.
You see that? Aaron Olivier Job held both balls at the line, did not pass either of them.
Look at that. Do you see that? Kolcheski didn't let a ball go, and he would have normally 2 years ago.
Yeah.
When there was a group up like that, just like you, Stacy, he would have thrown that ball to that group.
But it's because it's fun. But also because, you know, you can justify risk reward. You know, not a bad opening few rallies there for Hitmen.
Yeah. They're holding it up against Retro.
Hitman played last season, didn't they?
They did.
Who was on there?
Not exactly this full group. I don't believe Matt was on that team.
No, Kluchevsky did recently join.
Ooh.
No, I think he's safe.
That was close, though.
Yeah, like it went close to his elbow, but I don't think it hit the elbow.
That was potentially a round destroyer for Retro moment.
Man, if this were a team that was more prone to anger, they'd be yelling at Murray, like, "Oh, you got hit!" But he didn't get hit.
Right,
But
exactly.
It would get spicy.
Right.
This is the winter when Matt Kuchevsky lives in Winnipeg, so we get to have him as a dodgeball player.
You mean to say the time of year?
Well, yeah, because what did I say?
The winter.
Yeah, well,
Winter is normally the time of year that Matt Kluchevsky lives in Winnipeg.
yeah, because otherwise he lives on an island in Kenora running Camp Stevens.
Yeah.
So it's like the head camp, not even counselor, whatever you want to call him, just the coordinator.
Ah, what a
Used
shot
to-
on high rows.
Founding president of Dodgeball Manitoba. And also, he was the guy who helped write the original Rec League rules in 2007.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he goes way back.
So
with the
he's
sport.
been around.
He's been in the sport 5 years longer than I have, and he has contributed, I would say, so much. Like he laid groundwork.
Ooh.
I just
right in the
beautiful throw
side.
from Ergler on, because Preto was doing a good job there, dodging, getting
was.
small, blocking. But yeah, Matt Kluchevsky basically helped create the sport and the community locally, and I just stole everybody from Winnipeg Rec League when I got upset about how they were running things. I didn't invent it. I just did it better. And Matt didn't even work for Rec League. He was just a dodgeball enthusiast, like he was just like a member of the community, and so that's why
AJ taken out right off the bat, and same with high rows.
I don't think it's AJ. I think it's just Aaron.
I meant that. I don't know why I said
Olivier Job.
OJ.
Yeah, OJ. Aaron OJ.
Aaron
He actually does go by
OJ.
OJ.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. That's probably what I was
Tomchak
getting.
almost catches, and same with Kluchevsky. That's 2 missed catches.
Akita, Lewis, Ben Preto, 4 balls in hand, trying to take out at least one, and they took out their most powerful strategic player on the right side of Retro.
Huge hit for Lewis.
Ooh.
See, he still does the one-handed block, though, which makes me nervous, because I don't feel like it's the most effective form of blocking.
But his hands are so big that he's not going to lose that ball very easily.
I don't worry that he's going to lose the ball. I worry that he's going to end up like blocking the ball into his body.
Oh, that way.
Or it's going to roll up his arm or something, Like the two-handed block, tuck the elbows in, thumbs on top, tucking the fingers underneath. I would say it's less about grip, and it's more about actually effectively keeping the incoming ball away from yourself. I can't block like that though. My thumbs are too damaged.
Ooh, right.
They've healed to a point where they don't hurt anymore. But like when I do that to the two hands block, I feel it like radiate right up my thumb if somebody throws really hard. I don't love it.
What a block by Lewis, lengthening his time on the court against Retro.
Yeah, and Amador actually with a nice hop as he was falling to the ground there, got his legs out of the way of that incoming ball.
Klappa pushing him back, but Eldon Wu finishing the job.
Yeah, you could just see him ready to charge. Normally it'd be Pernitsky who would take a shot like that where he's like a sacrifice play, where you're going to the line, that whether they throw at you or not, you're closing that gap before you throw the ball. And that's good though, because when you have that many players, you can have somebody sacrifice themselves.
He's ready
They're
for it
off
this
once
time.
again. And
Ooh.
harder there with a...
What a 2-block shot.
OJ
And then
though...
Aaron OJ taking Kevin Harder out off the rush, off the secondary part of the rush.
Man, on the one hand, I'm like, that is a selfish opening rush. You grab both balls, you bring them back, activate them both, and just keep them. But, I mean, he was effective with it. So is it selfish if it works out for the team? See, I used to do a thing where I would rush for all 3 balls, but only because I wanted to hold all 3 just to mess with my team.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would do that, just go and run back to the line and throw all 3. I guess ball hit a face.
Ball hit a face.
Man, it was
That was a
incredible to
while
me.
ago. Quite
No,
the banger.
well, I mean,
oh,
that's
sorry.
what That's why Ferris is carrying that ball off, I think, to clean it.
I see. Man, check out that nice jersey on Bertrand across the court there.
Oh, the Apex.
The classic Apex jersey.
You guys, you know what they should do? They should rebrand as Ape X, and it should be like an ape that's had like chemical X from the Powerpuff Girls. So he's just like super potent and powerful.
That's a stupid idea.
I think Ape X would be way better than Apex.
Nah, the idea is top of the mountain.
Put it to a poll. Put it to a poll.
Nope.
Apex or Ape X?
I'm not doing it.
We'll fundraise for it. We'll get you.
We'll fundraise for it.
We'll get the jerseys, whether you want them or not.
Okay. Well, you do you. Now that you don't own the business.
Yeah. Man, if it wasn't like middle of Omicron wave here, I would definitely want to put on a 1v1 tournament as like a send-off, and just do like kind of what I did before, where.
Oh, the charity thing.
Yeah, I would love to do that again.
It has to happen.
Yeah, I'll probably do it as a DBMB fundraiser, though.
Yeah.
Like, we could do it for profit for Dodgeball Winnipeg, but I think that...
No, you know, it has to be charity. I mean, that would be fun. There'd be more to it, and Twitch would love that sort of thing.
Honestly, I could just put it on myself, but...
You could.
I don't want it.
You know, I'm thinking more about the content.
Well, I don't even own any balls anymore.
Well, hey, I mean, I just... Oh, how did I... Okay, I see. That's why you were telling me to talk to Colton and Jordan about balls.
Yeah.
What a catch by Klappa.
Man, it slapped. That was like you hear like, poof.
That woke us up. We're talking off topic, and suddenly it's like, wow, back to the game.
Yeah, if anybody's been wondering why I just keep saying you'll have to talk to Jordan and Colton about stuff, it's because I don't run the business. But also, when I got my new job, I committed to not splitting my attention. So,
yeah,
you know, even when they didn't officially own the business, they were still running it 100%. I was only doing the bank account stuff until the deal closed, and then, and then once I signed the bank account over last week, then I'm fully out. You know. Did
you leave the reffing group?
No. I may still ref when needed.
Okay.
I don't want to.
These two teams almost seem like they want to jump the gun on this opening rush, but what a catch right at the beginning.
That's what Tomchuk's known for.
Pernitsky caught out, excuse me.
Yeah, Cody Tomchuk known for making those catches. I think that's why they pulled him up from the draft league. He got drafted from draft.
Trudeau throwing shade at Pernitsky.
Pernitsky just wanting all the camera. He's like, I'm looking real good these days, guys. I want you to see it. Feeling good, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, when we're going to have 10 hours of dodgeball action a week coming at you from this gym, you got to look good.
Looking good, Bill. Feeling good, Ted.
Feeling good.
Man, if anybody remembers romp.com, Bill and Ted, but it wasn't like Keanu Reeves and whatever. It was Bill Clinton and Ted Kennedy as roommates.
Oh, my goodness. That would have been great on replay, but Trudeau's standing in the way.
Yes.
I got to
Get
tell
out of the way,
him to move.
Get
out of the way. Oh, that was close on Harder, that's for sure.
Move, Steph. Get out the way.
His shoe's looking sick right now.
Get out the way, Steph. Get out the way.
Get out the way, Steph.
Move, Steph.
Ben Preto trying to push the team back, but Akita just got slapped. No, you're good? Oh, burn. There was a catch and somebody waited too long. He's not wrong.
So let's explain what happened there.
Yeah.
The referee was calling 10 seconds had expired, but he was saying 10 seconds since the catch, so Dustin was not allowed to re-enter. What people thought happened when he said 10 seconds was that it was the throw clock that had run out. Oh, and Kluczewski gets hit right in the head.
I love nut shots.
And he's got to walk it off. Oh, he is limping, that poor man.
Oh.
Luckily, he already has his firstborn child, so his bloodline will continue.
I just love hearing the reaction.
Yeah.
It's perfect for Twitch.
Yeah. See, that was the type of shot you could dive for, but there was no way Lewis was diving for that. Also, dude doesn't even wear knee pads.
Yeah. Well,
But
when he gets more and deeper into the competitive league.
And then you've got people like Ben Proteau there who are just
Harder's getting close to that center line.
so squirrely. Like, he's just all over the place. He's up, he's down, he's tiny, he's tall. Like, he's everything, like, in the space of 5 seconds, you know?
Yeah. Oh, what a one-handed block by Amador.
Yes.
Oh. Too far behind. Threading the needle behind between Amador and Face.
Klappa?
No.
Win? Harder?
No, it was
Mergler?
It was Mergler.
Yeah,
But I
it's easy to forget Jason Mergler. He's not that well known.
No, it's not, because he is well known.
Oh, look at that beautiful hit there on Win. Hashtag winning. Oh, and Proteau once again feeling him out, but then getting back on the defensive there, trying to buy his teammate a little bit of solace there, save 1 or 2 people from throwing at him. I think he was effective. And a hit on Harder.
Harder right in the knee. Wow, what a shot to Keita Lewis right
Amador
after.
just grazes Lewis.
Yeah.
And he's going to take up, they're going to pendulum this one from the looks of it. Amador getting up to take the cross, so he doesn't feel comfortable. A beautiful hit from Proteau.
What a shot from Proteau, yeah.
I haven't seen Ben Proteau play in, oh gosh, over a year now, and it looks like he hasn't lost anything. Oh, wow!
What a shot. Proteau might take out this whole team on his own.
Yeah, Klappa missed his opportunity there while he was unarmed.
The Klappa's turn. Oh!
What
was that? That scared me.
Oh, and he went over the line! No! Oh, he had that!
That is
was his
the
moment.
worst.
He had one shot, one opportunity to seize everything he ever wanted.
Okay, I see what you're doing
but
already.
he didn't take it. He slid over the line.
Oh, Klappa's like, I don't even have to dodge that.
Yeah, let's snap back to reality. They are off.
I love that, actually. That was pretty good at the end, I'll admit.
Yeah, OJ once again doing exactly what he's done this whole time. He grabs both balls, he reaches back to activate one, and then he throws it immediately. And you see Harder almost questioning if that ball was even active at that point because he was hit so quickly. So what I had erroneously called a selfish play earlier, I think, is actually working out pretty well for him.
Oh.
And he buys time for himself to pick up a ball that's over the line by taking the shot on retro. And Mergler running out of steam? You running out of steam there, bud? I don't know. He seems to be taking some pretty easy hits that he wouldn't have taken in other games.
Yeah.
He only played once today, right? Before
Sorry?
this? Did he only play once before this?
Mergler?
Yeah.
Well, last season, yeah.
No. I mean, like.
Oh, yeah. He
tonight.
was subbing.
Yeah, but did he sub in one game or two? Just one?
Just one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that man can play 2 hours of dodgeball in a row.
For sure.
He's probably just taking it
What
easy.
a catch! Almost from 10 feet away. Woo throwing it.
Okay, all right.
Oh?
Spicy call moment.
Okay.
So OJ got hit on the
yeah.
shirt before he made the catch. So the
catch
referee
doesn't count?
Yeah.
Oh, Woo is now back on the court.
That was some good assertive reffing. I'm loving Kopit.
I am surprised because I never thought Kopit would be a ref, to be honest.
Well, halfway through last season, I know that Jordan and Colton went on a hiring spree to get some new refs, and they were looking for people who were involved with the community. Ideally, ones who have a background in officiating other sports, and I do believe that Kopit has reffed in other sports when he was younger, so no stranger to this. And he's controlling the game really well too. I'm loving it.
Wow. Amador almost tagged in the toe, but blocked it just in time. But High Rose coming right back at him.
Yeah. Do you want me to be manning this so you can focus on the calling the game for this one?
I'm doing a bit of both, yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think I said that I would cover for you so you could just focus on calling it if you want to do that.
Yeah, but you want to leave already, don't you?
No. I mean, like, I can sit on here for you so you can
I
pay
see.
if you want.
No, I'm doing.
Yeah,
I'm practicing the multitasking. It's all good.
Sure. So, fun fact about Amador is that is Spanish for lover.
Oh, I knew that for some reason.
He's a lover and a fighter.
Well, perfect for dodgeball.
He's going to fight for this one. You
This
can see
sport-
Preto coming at it, and Hyros takes the cross court as he's
What a
supposed to.
one-handed block at the same time, too.
There's got to be some tension here. The guy who put the team together against the team he put together.
Oh, burn.
Is it?
Oh, no, I don't know.
Especially if he beats them, then
It would be. It's kind of like.
I don't know if they actually have any sort of bad blood there.
No, I don't know.
Who knows?
There's not
But
much.
we can pretend for this drama.
Let's pretend. What a block from Ben to Amador. Also a block on Hyros once again. This is going to be a strong back and forth, but can Amador keep it up
So
on his own?
Preto is going to talk to Hyros about making a plan. He goes back out to the side. Amador gets nice and low. 2 easy blocks. And he's going to leave himself empty.
But he's got time because nobody's rushing up.
Yeah,
I guess he knew that they were going to take their time.
So in this position, while he's lining up directly across from Hyros, Hyros should be hanging all the way back like he is. But Preto, yeah, okay, so good rush.
Oh.
No. Oh, they're calling a hit. So the standard strategy there would be what they call a pendulum play, where Preto, the one who's cross court from the one player left, would start like creeping up, putting pressure on the side. So when Amador throws, he's immediately going to be rush countered, and he did that quite effectively there.
Yeah. Hitmen have first throw.
And that
and
was
they do so already.
4 whiffs in a row.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm surprised they still have 3 balls on the side of Hitman after that debacle.
Indeed.
But Hitman's turn to throw still. Nobody's been hit yet. Matt Klacheski goes straight for threading the needle between Mergler and Wu. It's weird saying that because you might think Team Canada Wu when you say it like that.
Nobody thinks Team Canada when we're talking about Winnipeg.
Sorry?
I said nobody thinks Team Canada when we're talking about players in Winnipeg.
Unless you talk about Galen Sanfilippo or Julie McLaren, yeah.
Neither of whom are here, or men.
Who, what?
So neither of them are here, nor are they men.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
I see why.
Yeah, Denim Dubuque, he didn't get activated. Eldon Wu only made the B team, right?
Yeah.
I don't think we've ever actually had a man on Team Canada playing on Team Canada in the tournament.
Not yet.
We've had a woman. We've had 2.
2.
More
than once?
Yeah, very performant athletes.
Very performing.
Performant.
Oh, sorry.
But yes,
I
very
heard
performing.
you wrong. Oh, Mergler could not keep that blocked.
He got his number today, but I feel like, I don't know, either he's taking
Playing
it
2
easy or they're killing
games,
it.
been a month and a half layoff, you know? You'd never think that would affect him, but
Oh,
Oliver OJ taken out. Sorry. Aaron OJ.
Yeah. Olivier Job.
Olivier Job.
Yeah. I wonder if it was Olivier Job. Could be biblical. I don't know.
Everybody bouncing over there. Nobody gets hit.
I'm just thinking about Job from Arrested Development, because it's spelled Job, isn't it?
Job and Job. Yeah, it would be.
Yeah, so it could be Job. And so get a really good look at the guy in the Toilers jersey, Matt Klacheski. He's going to be bringing it to you after this, replacing me with his exciting style of dodgeball commentary.
He could, just like you, talk all day.
Yeah, especially about dodgeball. Man, that man's love for the sport runs deep.
Oh,
Klappa
could not keep his hands to himself.
Oh, no catch. The ball it was dead when the whistle went.
Yeah.
But we are going into sudden death now at the end of the half. We have no blocking permitted, 3 balls per side, and they will start with their feet on the back line. Looking at Eldon Wu's shoes, those are gorgeous.
Eldon Wu's shoes. That sounds like a Twitter account
Wu's
I've
shoes.
ever heard.
It's like Blue's Clues, but it's shoes. Oh, nice big shot from downtown by Lewis. Doesn't connect. We can see Pernitsky looks like he was about to talk out a strategy. Gets hit on the leg, but trades for Pateau, which is a good trade when you're up players.
Yep.
But I think that they're tied for players, so it doesn't really advance anything. Just gets us closer to the end of sudden death. And Retro seems to be taking a lot of shots from the back line there, leaving 5 balls in hand there for the 3 players left on Hitman. And Kuchevsky takes 2 shots and win, neither of which can connect.
Oh, that was a double, wasn't it?
It was.
Yeah.
So the referee didn't see it, but the team did. That was unreal. The Wu gets hit, and then a ricochet right into Harder, takes the last 2 players out. Brutal.
Oh, man. My
So-
replay clip did not work properly,
No.
and it looks terrible.
Only 2
That's
points.
my fault.
Only a 2-point lead there going into the second half for Retro. This game really could go either way.
Let's see if I can try and grab that last replay. It looked pretty good. Let's see here. It was, oh, right about there, was it? Let's see. Let's take a look. Oh, that's when Wu was still on the court. No, no, not that. None of that. Ignore that. All right, let's just go on to the next round.
All right.
Oh, it's the half. I got time. What am I talking about?
Sorry, so it's halftime?
Ha-ha.
Aha. Oh, no. My sugar cane, tobacco,
We've
and
already
spices.
pulled off this joke. That's good.
See, it becomes a running gag if you just do it lots.
That's true. All right. There's.
I have to wonder, did my post on TikTok actually get anybody out here? If you saw it on TikTok and came to the stream, please tell us. Just be, it'd be neat. It'd be neat to know.
So
Hitmen with their 6-player roster going to be really talking things up. They had me on their roster last season. I didn't even play for them. They just wanted to be able to ask me to sub at a moment's notice because I'd be at the gym. But they didn't realize I'd be at the gym with no gear.
now here's the thing. I saw that Apex got themselves a sub for tonight too, and I'm thinking to myself, well, I used to be on. Like, I'm associated with the team as well. I mean, I could have, but I mean.
Yeah, we could both go be boat anchors for teams if we wanted to.
Could.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember back in the day. It was like the last stream before COVID. We had draft going on Sundays, and I got I think it was the finals day. I got Gareth to go on the court mic'd up.
Right, I do remember that.
Yeah,
How'd that go down?
That was pretty fun.
There's a guy who talks pretty clean. I feel like the only other person you could for sure put a mic on and not worry would be Nate Gatza.
Oh,
never say
yeah, except for that one time I heard him.
I swear.
One time. Only once ever.
I doubt it. I'm sure you misheard him.
No, it was once ever.
I mean, I was there when he, like, rolled his ankle, and I had to carry him to the hospital.
Remember when he got hit in the
he
face? He's had such bad luck with weird dodgeball-related injuries.
And he only said fudge.
Yeah.
Man.
I swear there was one time, maybe it was I heard it that way because I wanted to hear it that way. It's very possible.
Or that's just what you expect to hear from an adult. Right? You just expect people to curse.
Oh, no surprise. Jets are down by 2.
Cool.
I'm not missing anything, am I? And I'm glad you all have it here on Dodgeball on Twitch, because...
Hey, we got somebody new. Shout out to our 19th viewer. I just watched it go from 18 to 19.
Oh.
Who are you? Let us know in the chat.
I was wondering what you were talking about.
I'll shout you out. And they're off once again. Retro snaps it to Pernitsky. He fumbles with it a little bit, but still manages to hit Grohl before getting knocked out.
Oh, there's a ball.
Yes. Oh, and Hyro's going up there to play Moneyball, trying to draw the fire in. And he actually survives, but they weren't going for him. They're going for OJ. Oh, it's Linz.
It is.
Which Linz?
I think that's...
Oh, there's 2 Linzes.
Linz... name the last names.
No, that's their last name, Linz. They play on Heathens.
I didn't know. I thought that was like Linz, like a Lindsay.
Oh, no. Corey Linz, and I'm blanking on the other Linz's name because I just called him Linz.
Oh, what a catch! Hyro's catching it with his teeth And then falling out of the court.
As long as he had 2 points of contact with the ground when he had control of the ball before he went out, the catch is valid.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, Hitman really taking Retro to task today. I know they're down by 2 points, but I would have to say based off of their performance last season, I wouldn't have expected it to be this close. I'm wondering if it's Preto and Kluchevsky who are really bringing the team alive. I wish I could see who was on their roster last year, but with the way the website works, that's just not possible. We'd have to look at an old stream or something. I think they had Terence, Sampson too. I think they lost a few players to Tempest. Oh, a beautiful cross-court drop right onto the feet of Matt Kluchevsky from Eldon Wu. Caught him. Bay caught him slipping. Oh, it's Colin who's in. Colin Linz. You know, there's Colin.
Yeah, okay, then that just means I was wrong.
Yeah, that's fine. Well, also, wouldn't a Lindsay be like Linds?
I don't know. I was just thinking it's a cute way to write Lindsay, that's all.
Well, the cute way to write Lindsay is LNZ.
I see, yes.
Yeah, when back in my MSN Messenger days, I knew a few Lindsays who.
So that's why your cute messenger name is Stack?
No, actually, it's because there was another Stacy in my class. So I went by Stace, and being in grade 2 when I decided to go by Stace, I just cut the Y off because I thought that was good enough.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, and thus Stack was born.
Stack.
Yeah.
That's a
Stacy Sorenko. Shout out to Stacy Sorenko if you're out there, if you're even still alive. Haven't heard of you in 20 years.
Oh my goodness.
You know, if you're watching Dodgeball, I owe you my childhood nickname.
The only reason I know of my friends is recently one of them is joining that trucker convoy. He's also a trucker.
Jeez.
Seen a lot of opinions on Facebook recently.
Yep, and
so I cut it down to Dodgeball.
And we got Raiden Kesprick in this stream too, watching now. Shout out, Raiden.
Bum hand. That's quite the name. We're getting a lot of cool names here today. Yeah. Desi's butt, bum hand.
Well, I also have to say shout out to Jonathan Sashino. Has he been here all night? I think I've seen him ball retrieving at least for 2 games.
Okay.
So, you know, shout out, getting involved. You know, you don't have to be reffing or an administrator or even a volunteer to help your local dodgeball community. You know, go retrieve balls.
Yeah.
Always need ball retrievers.
What's that meme? Be a man, retrieve balls.
Oh, yeah. Well, Boston Be a Man is actually what I based Canadian Positivity off of.
Ah, so it's very, I see the style and how similar it is.
So I've learned something too from Boston Be a Man, and I'm going to have to go through all my old content and redo a lot of it because the algorithm won't show content that's too visually similar. So me just standing there talking, I used to wonder why they would put all that terrible stock footage, you know, like this, the stock photos, like kind of. But they do that so that the algorithm doesn't filter them out.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So you
have
to find some time to
strange
do
that way.
Well, it's not just TikTok, YouTube too, eh?
Yeah. TikTok's just the main one for content like that. That's all.
Yeah, that's true. But you know, anybody?
Oh, what a shot!
Wow.
From Wu. Ben Preto was not expecting a shot from Wu, and that's how he got caught off guard.
His blocking balls were like almost in the right spot too, but somehow there was just enough of an opening.
Oh!
What the heck?
Look
just
at
went
all
down
that
there?
stuff that happened.
Speaking of lefties, Cody Tomchuk.
Oh. I'm sorry?
Cody Tomchuk.
Oh, yeah.
It's almost like
just taking
look at that. That's like is that a shot put or a discus throw? He throws like, do you remember Alif?
Yes, I do.
So Alif and threw very similar to how Cody does. Man,
I remember that.
What's that guy up to?
I don't know. He
took both shots. He got greedy.
There you go.
Can't leave yourself unarmed like that. You gotta just hold on to the one ball.
Yeah.
Sure, you don't get the second shot, but you only take that second shot if the other person makes himself like prone or they do something, you know, that puts them in a vulnerable position. But you know, 2 balls in hand and
right
watching
off
for
the
it.
Foot.
Yeah, that's rough.
Man, I'm just looking at that Dodgement Day jersey. I'm not fond of that design. That was probably one of my worst.
Dodgement Day. Where are you seeing that?
Preto. Double D's.
What was Dodgement Day from? Like what did they play in? They weren't a men's team.
They were a Sunday night, I think they're supposed to be.
Oh,
it might have been Tuesdays.
Ashley Jasper's team, Dodgement Day, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And Preto, was that a trade or no?
I think that was the end of my creative. I was having creative issues those days.
Yeah, we've all been there.
Creative block, if you will.
Sometimes you just like have no more gas left in the tank.
Yeah. And like that, Retro, commanding lead.
Yeah, I mean, 4 points is a pretty big lead.
It's a commanding lead considering that they almost had it tied up before.
Well, it was 4-2 going into this half, you know. Definitely closer than I was expecting, but, you know, Hitmen, no slouches. With Tomchuk, when he was backpedaling there, he wasn't really creating a catching pocket. And I know you're trying to, like, create distance, but if you're going to go for the catch, if you're not committing to a dodge, you almost need to commit to the catch, you know? Like, if you go between one or the other, you're going to make neither.
Ooh, Mergler keeping Nikita Lewis back.
Both
Lewis not being able to make a move because Mergler would have taken him out if he did.
Why do people throw at Victor Nguyen when he's not loaded, not in a guard position? He's so dodgy.
It's a lost ball if you do so.
Well, it's 2 lost balls there. He dodged both shots. They're grouping it on him, but what's the point of that? Like,
oh wow,
Klappa just clapping them. Yeah, getting clapped.
That's a good one.
Yeah, him and I had a moment a couple months ago about our crypto mining rigs. I don't actually have a mining rig, but I do mine with my gaming computer to heat my office.
Okay.
And it pays for itself, right? It's the exact same thermal efficiency as a space heater, but then you get to sell the fake imaginary internet money.
Yeah.
To pay your heating bill afterwards. And also my media machine in my living room. There's another 200 watts of heat that instead of costing me money makes me a little bit of money. So we had a good moment talking about how you can actually like use the heat rather than it just being waste.
Interesting.
Yeah.
As opposed to just having cryptocurrencies and then watching them fail.
Well, I got
what a shot.
Oh, beautiful catch from Mergler.
That
on
was a beautiful
Patel.
catch, yeah.
Yeah, I got the Facebook memory today about when I was like looking about how to change my Dogecoin into Bitcoin. And that came 5 days before Dogecoin exploded in value. I converted 90% of my 469,000 Doge.
Oh, wow.
Into, I only kept 42,069 Doge.
42,069. Okay.
Yeah, 420.69.
Yeah. I get it. I was just trying to do the math to see how much that was in Canadian dollars.
Now we're at its peak.
Right.
At its peak, my 469,000 Doge would have been worth almost $200,000.
Yeah.
But because of my shrewd investing skills, it was worth $8,000.
I don't know if this is helping anybody watching at all, but hey, what I'm getting out of this is don't invest in cryptocurrencies at the moment.
No, you can gamble on it as long as you accept it's gambling.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Speaking you remember that guy who would gamble on dodgeball? Remember he took our stream, was wearing a cowboy hat, and he was like taking bets on dodgeball?
Yeah.
Who's that guy?
The Rambo Wrangler.
Wrangler would make sense.
He stopped streaming back in halfway, like a year after COVID. He just disappeared. But I was looking him up a while back, a week or so ago.
How do you even do that? Was he gambling with real money, or
no?
Fake bets, or?
There is this prediction system on there where you can gamble points. We do the same thing now.
Okay.
We do the same thing. There's a bunch of people.
I thought people were putting real bets on it, or he was putting money, and I was like,
look at this. 100% of our viewers right now think that Retro will win. The odds right now are 1-1 because nobody's bet on Hitman.
Hitman would have to win 5 decisive rounds just to tie it.
Yeah.
And when I say 2 minutes for a round is quick.
7,200 points put into the pool right now.
Yeah.
Only 3 people total viewers. What is this one? Toast machine putting in the most money into that pool. Basically, you're just going to get your money back.
Error claiming bonus. Yay. Yay.
Look at all them dodging going. Oh, I just realized the camera's cut.
Oh no, is the camera frozen?
Yeah.
All right, so I guess it's been frozen for a while now. Sorry, y'all, but we'll just be putting it to the, what do you call it? Is that the mobile cam? What do we call that? Sideline. All right, sideline camera. Learning the terminology. You got to know the jargon if you want to be in the biz. And Matt Kluchevsky getting underneath that ball there. And so we got Retro now, about to take the shot, and Amador takes it, goes again a little bit high on Kluchevsky, and he's not a short man, so I think these balls are just going a little higher than intended. But Retro could just run the clock right now, and they would for sure win this. And that actually might be what they're doing, you know, save your body, save your arm. And our fantastic camera operator, Julie there, who is going to be going back and forth like crazy, watching the referee, seeing which way he's indicating has burden to throw. Amador pumps. Doesn't really sell it though. And a big catch from Kluchevsky, and then Preteau hits Amador, bounces off his ball into his face. So it might have been a COVID ball there. Oh, bum hand, like I've got a bum hand. I thought like a bum hand, like a hand made out of a bum.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, no, but I got a bum hand. I get it, like you got a bum leg. And Wu and Preteau trade. That is a bad trade for Retro, leaving just Victor Nguyen on his own. So now it's going to be his chance to shine, and he lacks any luster. And it just occurred to me, that's what lackluster means. Lacks luster. You know, it's not shiny. You know, I always just knew the term from context. It's one of those things, you know, you learn as a kid. And still having True Blaze with the GoPro, or it looks like it's back up? Oh yeah, no, it looks like it. Good job, Mitch, both doing commentary and producing, and then somehow also doing technical support. You know, A+ effort all around.
That's what I'm here for.
No. So I was wondering about the origin of Yas, and I believe it goes back to those videos of a cat yawning and the person going like, Yas, like dubbing over the cats. And I think that's the origin of Yas. I always thought it was from like Drag Race or something like that. I believe that's where Yas Queen comes from, but I think just Yas comes from the old cat videos. If you happen to know otherwise, let us know in the chat. But I did do a brief amount of research into this on the weekend. I may or may not have been fully sober at the time I was interested, so I don't think I did the best of research. And Eldon catches Kluchevsky there. Kluchevsky lets him know his feelings. Oh,
what did he say?
Said, damn it, Eldon.
Oh, okay.
But, and a loud, funny yell. Oh, and Tomchuk with his fingertips. He doesn't even bring that into himself. He caught that. Those all fingers. That's how Nate lost his thumbs, man.
That's right.
Actually, that's not true. Nate was blocking. He had his hands on the ball, and the incoming ball took his thumb right off. Remember Steph, I'm blanking on her last name, Reed, Stephanie Reed had her pinky bent all the way sideways by a ball when her hand was just hanging. Oh, that was a beautiful moment there. Aaron Olivier Job, as he throws, he lifts his right foot. The ball coming at him goes underneath the foot he lifted to throw, and then he hops after that over the other ball. Great play. Kevin Harder there taking lead now, calling out a play, discussing with the team. Prudnitsky relays it, and they're trying to bait out a ball. They don't, so only Prudnitsky releases. That was definitely a bait play, though. They were looking to get one more ball in hand if possible, and it looks like Hitman didn't fall for it. Kochevsky there with that just like laser beam of a throw. Hard and straight. You can tell he came up in the wall ball days. Back in those days, you wanted to spec into power and not accuracy, and I found it very difficult to adjust my play style because it was all about, you want to throw hard 20 times in a row. It doesn't really matter if you hit the target because you got as many chances as you need if you can just beam it off the wall. But now that we play in this open court style, without a solid back wall, you can't just bounce it off the wall. So, I don't really understand how he's wearing that bandana. Like, it's like forward over his head? I don't understand Kluchevsky's bandana. Is that how bandanas are supposed to be worn?
I don't think so.
I don't know. I'm not the type. Oh, and Trudeau accidentally steps on the court there while ball retrieving. That's a true no.
That was a lame one.
High Rose, they're saying, the referee calling that even though High Rose was hit before he released, the ball that hit him had not died yet, so he was not was not killed as a player yet. And Aaron OJ blocks the ball into his chest. Hitmen really seem to have found their legs. I don't know if maybe Retro just tried to pump the gas a little. Tried to pump the brakes a little too early and run the game, but Hitmen really seemed to. I don't know. What's the opposite of the back foot?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
They're on the front foot. That doesn't sound right. You don't want to be on. You don't want to be on. They found their footing. Whatever. And Lewis puts that into the ground, but you could tell he was trying to go low on Mergler. Mergler hits Kochevsky on the butt. Tonchuk gets taken out as well, leaving just Brito and Lewis. So Apex is facing off against New Era tonight?
Yep. The champs versus Apex.
Glowing endorsement of Apex. Right, not the champs versus the challengers. No, the champs versus Apex.
I couldn't think of a word.
Well, maybe
since this is like the second full stream with our season with these exact teams in place, I added
well, we have one more team now.
I added the C, the little champ C, where it's like these are the defending champs of this specific league, right?
I mean, they've been the defending champions for how long?
Oh yeah. I'm just trying to make
names.
Things more interesting for the viewership, right?
Yeah, we got to get people involved in the story of the season.
Yeah.
Let's
start scripting stuff for like wrestling style storylines and like. I'm just kidding. We can't do that.
So, all right. So I'm just going to put this out there.
Oh, yeah.
If draft starts back up and somehow I'm incredible because I've got the weight of the world off my shoulders and I'm pretty swole now. I bet you if I asked Hitmen if I could join, they would say yes. I did hit up Heathens, though, because I really like their team atmosphere and like the sticking together and everything. I was like, thought it'd be a great team to be on. Just it'd be fun. They seem like a good group of guys. It'd be nice to actually have like a team again,
Yeah.
But they didn't have room. But also based on my past performances, I don't know why anybody would want me if they weren't desperate. But Hitman has 6 men on their rosters.
That's true.
So
do they want you
a
though?
7th? I don't know. That's what I'm saying. If I do well at draft, maybe I'll ask him. But no, I don't know. I'm trying to stay out of competitive. I'm trying to keep my body from having yet another permanent injury,
That's fair.
Yep.
You don't want to die, right? So.
Well, it's not that I don't want to die. It's I don't want to be 50 years old and have
and feel like you're dead. Yeah.
I just don't want to have so much pain. I already have the injury on my big toe and on my left ankle. And I don't want to then also have something else, or even maybe something debilitating,
Right.
But yeah, maybe I'm in good enough shape I won't get hurt now. Who knows? But I was in pretty bad shape for a while, and if you want to play a sport competitively, like the thing about dodgeball, oh, that was a beautiful spin throw on Klappa. But if you want to play dodgeball, you don't need to be in good shape. But if you want to play dodgeball competitively, you better be like, I'm not saying that like aesthetically you have to be like svelte or anything.
Like you have to look like you're in good shape.
No,
right?
but you need to actually have like you'll even see it in even a lot of the bigger players too. Like they do a lot of sporting activities. They have their cardio up. You know, their joints aren't stiff, right? Like people who do yoga tend to do a lot better. That's really what I'm saying is you need a base level of fitness. And I remember somebody telling me you don't play sports to get fit. You get fit to play sports.
Yeah.
And that really rings true. And you're just far less prone to injury if you're in good shape. And I just wasn't for a long time, and I kept hurting myself as a result. And a beautiful jump there from Eldon Wu. Eldon Wu, a prime example of fitness in dodgeball. If anybody bought either of the last calendar, or right, he was only in the one calendar actually. Now I think about it, but
the Men in Dodgeball calendar.
Yeah, Men of Dodgeball. Oh, we should do another one of those.
Is that your problem anymore?
I mean, in fairness,
you could do it still. Yeah.
Well, the first one we did was a fundraiser for Darcy's Ark, but that was only just because I just wanted to do a calendar.
Sudden death.
And the second one we did as a fundraiser for Julie and JC on their trip to Worlds.
That's right, yes.
Our girls who made the national team, we raised like $300 and something for them.
Yeah.
Wasn't bad. I mean, a drop in the bucket compared to how much they had to spend just to be on Team Canada, but at the same time, every bit helps, and also it's kind of fun.
Yep.
You know, photo shoots are fun. I just want to feel pretty.
Oh.
Nice trade.
Amador taking out OJ.
Now, one thing that...
what was Hyros doing at the end there?
I think he just got confused. If you watch the way that Pernitsky left the court there, that's exactly how you should leave the court. Quickly and not screening anybody.
Yeah.
You really don't want to walk in front of someone.
I've called out very specific teams for that specific... I don't even know how to word it.
Issue?
Yeah.
Action?
Action.
Yeah,
you know,
I mean, but the thing is, screening doesn't help.
If you will.
Screening doesn't help your team. I mean, unless like you get hit by unless one of the balls that would have hit a teammate hits you, but it's almost never advantageous to block off your teammate's line of sight.
Nope, not at all.
Sudden death. Oh.
Can't forget.
Shout out Julie McLaren.
Yeah. Well.
The number one person who will tell you don't block in sudden death.
She doesn't do that anymore.
No, she does not. Oh,
least,
and Kucheski
for the most part.
teeing off.
Yeah. He's getting warmed up for being on commentary. Go easy on me.
No, he said don't go easy on me.
Oh. Maybe.
Oh! Yeah, old man Kucheski going up against...
Oh, no. Yeah, Eldon Wu just wants to play around with him.
No, Eldon Wu wants to...
Oh, he hit the line!
Oh, he lines out! Making the game a 9-4 finish.
But Kucheski doesn't want to go out that way.
He wanted to beat him.
He wanted to beat him.
I know that feeling.
Oh, man.
When you get like denied.
I bet you Eldon did that on purpose.
No. He was, when he was running back, it's almost for sure as his foot was like kicking back.
Yeah.
Are we going to see it?
No, not
I think we will. I think, like, let's see.
Potentially.
Well, post Merg there.
Yeah, it'll be after Merg.
Merg is the word? No, I guess not.
Merg is the word, a merger, Merg, and the word is the word.
Everybody's heard.
Oh, here we are. Yeah, here we are. Right there. Right on the line. Right back there. He stepped on the line. You saw, well, and then you looked away. You're not even paying attention. I'm not going back to show you.
I was trying to make sure that Matt didn't just walk away.
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah.
That was good.
Yeah, it was. And we're hoping to get some of the other commentators that you've come to know and love, like Marco and Emily on the stream.
Yeah.
We have to coordinate that around women's games being at a different gym this season.
Look at that ugly back wall here, eh?
But
we could put something back here. Look at this. Yeah. It's like a fake green screen.
But we're gonna work on a way to not just have the women's game on Channel 2, like.
And there is right now. There's a women's game on Channel 2. There might be a few minutes left.
Yeah, I'll be going till probably 10:15. Or sorry, not 10:15, 9 or 9:15, because they start at 8:15.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the big thing that I wanted to just say is that like we are working on finding a way, because of the separate venues, to bring the women's games on the main channel if possible, with commentary. So we're still working out the logistics of that, but you know, you might get to hear Ben Johnson from BC, or maybe even Mr. Nguyen, JP Nguyen.
If we want to try and get that remote system set up, if we can, for the women's games at some point. It is one game on Thursdays.
I would also be willing to do the women's game remotely if we can't get anybody else to do it. Like if we can get people in person here, but we can't get somebody to do it remotely, I would do that as well. So just so people know, we're working on it. We're going to get it to you. You're going to get to watch your women's games too. They are very exciting. We've got a new women's team that's formed. I think it's Ravens.
Ravens.
I think so. The one that Marlise Ritchie is on.
Ravens.
I know that they're working really hard. They're trying to bring their skill level up to par with everybody else.
Yeah.
They want it bad. You know, I heard that. So Charlene Azur recently joined Phoenix as well. They had an announcement post about that, and I know that Denim Dubuque, her partner, trains Charlene, and you see that in her gameplay. You know, the way that she kind of like crawls in the court like him. You know, it stays low, does almost like those push-up jumps. And I know that Marlise Ritchie has reached out to train with them, and so maybe we'll see another woman playing with that Dubuque style in competitive. So I'm looking forward to that.
Look who it is!
Hey, Dodgeball's original daddy in Winnipeg, Matt Kluchevsky. I'm going to hand the microphone off now and enjoy.
All right.
You could turn it off before you hand it off. Now we got to
Am I
hear
doing
all
it
the
right?
moving around.
Oh.
So I'm going to go home.
Okay. It's been a good night,
Thank you.
Stacy. I know nobody can hear you now, but that's fine. Nobody wants to hear you
Nobody
anymore.
wants to hear me. It's fine.
Everybody just hears him yapping all night, and now we don't have to.
Yeah.
That's right. I'm just kidding.
Am I on?
Stacy won't ever hear the fact that I said that.
Oh, I thought you were talking about me.
No. I was talking about how Stacy just likes to yap all night.
Oh.
Yeah.
Am I on?
Good. You are.
Oh, good. Yeah, I thought you were talking about me because I was talking a lot of trash that game.
Yeah. Well,
I got fired up, you know.
that's one of the most entertaining parts of the game, though, is like when you. I think the words I heard were "Damn it, Eldon." That was comedy to me.
Yeah.
Right. Entertainment.
Pulling that lie down catch on me, but I got him.
You did.
I got him at the end.
Yeah.
You know how I beat him?
How?
Cardio.
Cardio. But I thought he was better at cardio.
No.
No?
Look at his body. It's a cardio body.
Okay.
I tired him out, and he got lazy, and he made him fall right over the line.
Oh, I see what you mean. Because you beat him. I see.
My cardio.
Yeah.
Because I have excellent cardio.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm being sarcastic, Mitch.
I know that.
Help me out here.
That's why I was like, are you talking about Eldon's cardio? Bit him in the butt,
Listen, the man is, he's known to be slow. He's sluggish on the court.
Are you referring to yourself now?
We all know I'm talking about Eldon Wu. He's slow on the court. He's never going to see this, right?
I don't know. Somebody's probably clipped it and sent it to him by now, so. You never know.
Who are these teams?
So we got New Era and we've got Apex. We got the former champions from this last season. I should say the defending champions.
The defending champions.
Yeah. And
so if Apex wins, they're the champions. This is like it's like a belt situation.
They have to win this season, right? It's more like a tournament situation.
Oh, so this okay. They have to win the whole season. That seems unfair.
Right, yeah. I mean, you'd think, right?
Well, I mean, come on, like, can we just change the rules? Who's in charge of the league now?
Well, hey, maybe, since they are the defending champions, if they lose a game, that championship that's like the ladder system, right?
No, I'm just thinking like WWE style.
Okay.
If they win, they're the champion.
That's not how it would work in dodgeball. I mean, you basically created the
here's
rules
the
of
thing.
dodgeball. So.
The leader is gone. We can do whatever we want now.
That's true.
There's no one in charge.
That's basically why he's going home right now.
Yeah, he's leaving.
Look at him.
We can do whatever we
Look at
want.
him. Bye, Stacy.
He's not in
Zoom
charge
in
of
on
us
him.
anymore.
Zoom in on the guy. We'll put the camera on Stacy.
Can you get Sarah McLaughlin? I will remember you.
I will remember. Where is he? There he is. Zoom in on him. The mask and all. Like, look at that. I'm going out
Sing
in the
for us,
wilderness. What's that?
Sing for us.
I don't want to.
Sarah McLaughlin.
No, thanks. Look at him. Look at that man. He sold the dodgeball business.
He sold his soul. He sold out. He sold out to Big Jordan Colton.
To Jordan and
Big Jordan and Colton.
Yeah.
What a sellout.
What a sellout. He'll see this later.
But seriously, okay. Well, then I should say, seriously,
where's the
my hat's off to Stacey
he's
Hewitt
done
for
so
all
much
the
to the
hard work
community in
he's
Manitoba.
done.
Yeah, exactly.
And holding this whole thing together for this long. I know it's hard work. It's dealing with a lot of personalities and a lot of logistics and a lot of. I mean, his cash flow is probably just completely gone. And
yeah.
With this pandemic nonsense, and
that's enough of that.
that's enough of that.
That's enough of that.
We got a game to watch.
We do eventually. This game should start within the next 5-ish minutes.
I'm ready.
The camera's not on. You didn't have to duck underneath it.
How many cameras we got?
2.
Oh my God.
This one does replay stuff.
Come on.
We're trying to get as much replays as possible tonight.
Can we get a green screen and we get some graphics behind
You know what
us
the
soon?
funny thing is?
Oh, it is a green screen.
This wall is perfect for green screen. So what
are we waiting
might do
for?
on Sunday is experiment with that. Here, hold on. Turn the camera over here for a sec. I want to see if
Can you get like a sports desk background?
sports desk background. Yeah, I think so. Let's see what kind of keying we can do.
I need
here.
to be shot from the neck up because of this issue right here.
All right. Why isn't it color keying? It really does not like that. Oh, here we are. Here we
look
are.
at that. Wow. Oh my gosh.
Oh, look at that. Nobody can see this, but
Nobody
now what
can
do we
see
want?
that?
Not yet. Hold on. Let me try something here.
You got to go live with this, Mitch. This is top notch. There you go.
What is this?
Look at that.
What are we doing?
Which one is?
Hey, like look at the dodgeball behind us.
Is that the live one?
What?
That's the live one.
Yeah.
Green.
Yeah.
Here we are in our Eagle Eye booth
Look at this wall.
above the game. What do you think of this game here, Mitch?
I
I got a
don't
ball.
know.
I have a ball.
Let me.
I'm gonna insert myself.
There's. What's going on over there?
Let me see
there's the
your,
ref just sitting up against the wall.
Point people out and tell.
Okay.
Oh God.
Oh, what is
that
she
was
doing?
Weird. All right.
She turned around to the game.
Well,
She's doing her
I guess
job.
There's a game to. Yeah. No, I understand.
Fun stuff.
All right, we got Apex.
We got Apex.
Who do you think the star is?
Got Apex on your left. We got New Era on your right. Apex is star.
Who do you think their star is?
Well, they got Aaron McKay.
Star.
They've got Taylor Boudreau, who
Colton
is
on
an
their
up-and-comer. Colton is subbing for
subbing?
their team, so he's going to do very well for them. You've got John Del Timida, who can really...
He jumps like a frog.
He jumps like a frog. He's basically got the frog
He's
quirk.
got frog legs.
Yeah. You've got the catcher in
Ron.
And you've got the
Devastating
catcher in Michael Bailey. There's a reason why they have a sub, and that's because they would have had 5 here today otherwise. And now on the New Era side,
Who's a star?
you got the Pasquet, who's their
mean,
catcher, basically.
yeah.
Pantel, who throws and catches and does everything. Their leader, Clarence Alfaro. They got Austin Woods, their thrower, their catcher, everything. Basically, everybody on that team is like a good, well-rounded
I'm not seeing a lot
group
of
of players.
weaknesses on this team.
No. And that's the scary part.
Yeah, that's trouble. But let's see if Apex can give him a run. There's
and right away, Boudreau's taken out by, I believe that was DePasquet making the throw.
Oh man, guy with the hat. I forget his name.
Which one? There's 2 hats.
Front tattoos.
Kyle Lavoie.
Kyle Lavoie, of course.
Yeah.
There's 3 hats.
40 now. Oh! Bailey taking one on the face.
Right in the face. That would be a COVID ball.
Is Woods wearing a hoodie? You think he's got a uniform under that?
He always does. By halfway, he'll take the hoodie off and be all warmed up to go.
Is he theatrical about it?
I don't remember if he throws off the hoodie.
I think, yeah, that would be cool. If like when he gets really mad.
Oh, he's theatrical all the time either way, right?
Oh, Woods with this strike on tomato. That's a hot tomato.
Hot tomato. Hot potato.
Right. Well, you know, it's 3 on 2. That's not bad.
No.
I think, I mean, New Era is the clear favorites, but
right.
Let's see if Apex can slow him down a bit, I guess.
That's basically, if Apex can slow down the game and take him out 1 by 1, they could win rounds very slowly.
Yeah.
But that would be the way to do it for them.
I don't like the chances for the game, I'll be honest. But,
oh,
there it is.
Yeah.
Austin with the casual catch.
That's the casual catch. Yeah, exactly. And the taunts right away, too. But the cool thing about Apex, right, is you see how they lost and they're like, that was good, that was good. We're all good to go, right?
Yeah, positive attitudes on this team for sure.
Even if they lose by 5, by 10, they'll take something out of it every single time.
Well, and like, honestly, you got to start talking about like, Clarence was on the first team. He was on yeah, get that in there.
Just fix in your mic.
Yeah, he was. He's on the first team. The Manitoba Triumph.
Oh, that's right, the one that went to Vegas.
Yeah, yeah. And I know I'm old. I was on that team, and I'm an old person now.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering how long they're, because all these guys have been playing for a really long time. I wonder when the new blood's coming in. Oh, a big hit by Colton. Oh, and Bailey just got nicked by DJ with that huge counter.
But if you think about it, the new blood on this team specifically would be Pantel, would be Lavoie, would be Woods.
How old's Lavoie?
Lavoie? I'm not sure. He's late 20s, early 30s, maybe.
Really?
Yeah. Maybe early 20s. I don't know.
But
Woods for sure is mid.
Pentel's a daddy.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean you're.
Oh, it means a lot. I'm a dad. I'm a dad of 2.
Oh, okay.
That adds 10 years.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Like, did he get sleep last night? Kind of.
Yeah,
10
exactly.
Years.
Well, this kid's probably old enough by now.
Yeah.
Last time I played with him, it was 2 years ago or something.
Oh yeah. He wasn't a regular on New Era last season.
Ooh, New Era's got 5 balls. We got what's number 2's name?
Boudreaux.
Boudreaux
bouncing
Taylor
around.
Boudreaux.
Yeah.
Playing the money ball position.
Yeah. You got McKay on the far side wearing his
I wonder
mask.
if we've made the money ball position, that term, is that a national term now?
Moneyball has got to be a national
If you
term.
went to Toronto and said Moneyball, would you?
They would know.
They know what you're talking about?
Oh, for sure.
It's coined right here. And for those of you joining us, the Moneyball position, if there's 1 ball left, you basically have your sacrificial lamb in the middle of the court.
Essentially.
Trying to gather as many balls back as possible, and often sacrificing themselves, because it's more valuable to get those balls back rather than having sitting ducks.
It's our first one for today. If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. Yes, of
good.
course, we know that.
How many are we going to do today?
Oh, that's the first time I've seen it today.
That's the first time today. Wow. I've not been keeping up with the chat.
Good one, Sentia Katner.
Hey, always like seeing new people.
Yeah.
Always like seeing new people checking out the Twitch and always knowing who the new people are.
Yeah. And we know you're a new person if that's what you say.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
No. Well, I mean, it'll upset some people, but there truly
never.
is nothing
Whoa!
wrong with it.
Big. Oh, you can't get, like, John Dell's going to do this for days.
Oh, for sure.
Oh!
Until Woods goes
Woods.
over the line.
Try to stay on your side of the court, Woods.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, John Dell's taking him out,
If
man.
Woods didn't jump over the line, that wouldn't have happened.
Yeah. Oh, that was a close one.
But he'll tell you it doesn't matter. They're going to come back later anyways.
Dupasquier is just like, that's what he's.
Oh, what a block by Tamada.
Dupasquier will just like make you move like a marionette. Like he'll just like decide what you're going to do by his body movements.
Controls you.
Yeah.
It's hard to read his movements, but that's what makes him so sneaky.
Oh, John Dell is like, you're not going to make him tired, though. That's the problem.
See, did you see how slowly he moved back, right? He's not using any energy because he doesn't need to.
Oh, there
until
it is.
He's going those fast dodging movements. But that's when he needs to exert a little more. But he's saving that all up for those moments.
Mm-hmm.
Getting yourself tangled up over there?
How many
got tangled up over there?
Is Tamada wearing double knee pads?
Who?
Jojo Tamada. Tamada?
I don't think that's double knee pads. Those are just really nice looking knee pads. That's about it.
No, because he's got 2 logos on him. This is going to be our.
Oh,
let's
I see
take
what you're
it to
saying.
the chat.
He might have double knee pads. They won't be able to see that.
Let's take it to the chat. Chad, what's your opinion here? Is John Del Tamada wearing 2 knee pads or 4 knee pads? Oh, wow. Rare drop by Dupasquier there.
Camera move to third player from the left's knee pads and zoom in.
This is a waste of our time.
This is. Zoom in really close on the knee pads.
Don't listen to him. Oh, got nicked.
All right. Are those double knee pads? What's your opinion? Those look like double knee pads,
I'm telling you, man.
That is double knee pads for sure. And we're back to the game.
The guy like bounces around like a frog, so I can see why.
You need to have double knee pads to bounce like a frog?
He probably spends like 30% of a game in midair.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah.
He just
essentially
hovers.
he just floats there.
Yeah.
So he's got a frog and an anti-gravity quirk, is what you're saying.
Yo, no, a frog. If this frog is jumping around all day, they're spending a good 30% of their time in the air. Like, they're not playing their whole time in the air. That's ridiculous. Oh, what kind? That was called lucky dodging right there. Lavoie makes it look like Lavoie sometimes looks like he doesn't know what he's doing, but he's an incredibly good dodgeball player.
So actually, funny story. Oh, Alfaro just taking out Temida, leaving Boudreaux left on the court.
Lightning.
Taken out like nothing. Let's see how.
Oh, we got a replay on that.
Oh, yeah.
That's me.
Oh, that's you. Shoot.
That's me. How is this working? How is this possible?
I might have clicked on the wrong button. Hold on.
I'm not playing.
We'll go back to that later.
Is that the highlight of the night?
That was no.
When I made Eldon.
I think that was you. Yeah, I think that might have been. I don't know why. I don't know why it was a shot of you. I meant to go to the replay of Boudreaux getting hit at the end, but I might have clicked the wrong button. There's so many buttons on here.
It's too many buttons.
Like, look at this.
They should have one button.
One button for last replay. Yeah.
Copit. Oh, there's just lots of hits. I can't really keep track.
Now that one I think was from Moises on to Bertrand.
Oh,
quadrupad. Centra Katner. You must know your knee pads if that's what you're saying. Ooh.
Oh, no. Oh, took them both out.
Moises was going for that catch and got. That was the distraction. That was enough of a distraction.
They planned it. They told me they were going to do that at the beginning before the game started.
It was a good move.
Oh, now,
if they've been trying to get that right these first 3 rounds, that was the perfect time to pull it off.
Now. Oh, there we go. So we got 3 on 1 now. We got 3 of them on Pantel.
Yeah.
And if anyone could take a 3.
Honestly, though, anyone on this side of New Era going 3 on 1 doesn't really mean you have that round in the bag.
Yeah.
Oh, what a block by Michael Bailey.
His wits. Bailey's playing with balls today.
He took a caffeine pill.
Yeah. He's fired up. They're running out of time here.
Yeah.
Oh.
What a block.
How do you block like that?
I don't know. He's Matt Pantel.
Just like, whenever I do that, the ball just goes somewhere else and hits me. But think he's using magnetic balls.
Oh,
which,
wow.
frankly, I think should be illegal. Oh, yeah!
What a catch!
Big catch by Taylor. I hope you have compression on this because I was yelling a little bit there. So big win from Apex. Big round.
I don't think we
catch.
have the catch on replay, but we
have the throw, and we can see his reaction. Oh, we got that block.
Look at that
though.
block, and you're like, how did he block like that? Well, it's a pretty good block.
Look at these sliding. Oh, those thumpity thumps.
I mean, I should remain impartial, but I mean, technically I'm part of Apex.
You got to root for, you were OG, aren't you?
I'm OG Apex.
Well, I mean, you got to root for the underdog here. I think everyone.
The thing is, I always root for the underdog because it's exciting.
Does.
So
yeah.
like.
You want to see? You don't want to see a blowout?
No, I don't.
want to see some healthy competition.
Also, you're right.
Oh.
Oh.
Faro lined up. Oh. I haven't seen a lot of catches from Ron yet.
Yeah.
Maybe he's warming up.
Possibly. Wow.
Oh, there's another hit. Is Apex going to go for two
Bertrand,
here?
I think.
We
Was
got
that
4 on
Bertrand
2.
or was that Tamida that made that throw?
I was somebody, in my professional opinion.
Well,
I got to get used to Colton being the boss now. I got to be,
That's true. I have no problem with that because then Stacy can focus more on streaming and commentary.
There you
go.
go. Well,
great. I love it.
You got to suck up to Colton now.
Nah, not so much. It's easy. He's such a nice guy, right? Not
Just
that it wasn't a nice guy
up.
running the company before.
But power corrupts, man.
Okay.
He's gonna turn. He's gonna turn evil.
Do you think Colton of all people can turn evil?
I mean, I don't know him that well, but yes.
Okay.
Whoa. So you got to get through this wall. That looked like it might have been a disarm, but I think he disarmed himself on the floor.
The ball was on the ground, so I would. The way it was called was exactly how I would have called that one. I can't explain why because there's so many variables, but.
Oh. I think Apex should play slow here. Tire out these guys. Unfortunately, they probably. I bet you. Well, Pasquale is not going to get tired.
Average Joe's all the way.
Oh, I almost thought he got his feet.
Now, Cynthia Katner. If you want a team like Average Joe's, I'm not sure it's going to be on this stream, to be honest. Most of the team names
nicked his toes.
Have nothing to do with the movie. We got cool team names.
Who's a cool team name?
Huh? Apex is a cool team name. New Era is a cool team name.
Oh, DePasque taking a hit.
All the other 6 teams that have played today are cool team names.
Hitman.
Hitman, yeah.
You know what? I'm on that team, and I'm realizing it's good because you can, when you say 1, 2, 3, you say Hitman, and it's like, whoa, man!
What
That's
an ending!
The catch I was looking for there.
Now here's the thing. The cool part
do we got that?
Yeah.
We got that one?
Yeah,
Let's
we do.
Let's do it. I want to see that.
All right. Slow that shit down.
Whoa, right in the pocket.
Yeah.
Beautiful. And that's Pantel
Beautiful
throwing at you.
catch.
That is not something you should take lightly. It's 3-2. Apex could tie it up here.
They could. But did New Era take the timeout?
They must have. And they might be a little shaken
The
here.
thing is, I don't think Bertrand is a factor as a sub.
That's true, yeah. Well, that was Boudreau with the first catch, and
Yeah.
Ron with the game saver.
Not saying that Bertrand isn't playing his best as a sub. I'm not saying that at all.
Are you saying that about the
No,
boss?
I'm not saying that at all.
Oh man, I'm gonna have to write a letter.
Okay. A strongly worded email.
Does the CRTC watch this?
The CRTC has nothing to do with this.
They should.
Nope, it would be Twitch. And as long as we don't break
we gotta get Mr.
community
Twitch.
guidelines, we're good.
I'll try my best. Oh, those man.
Oh,
Oh, a big block. Oh. Wow. I don't know what's happening, but it looks great.
There's a lot going on there.
There's a lot going on. Some people got hit. Some people did not get hit. This is my expert.
That's a great
15 years of experience here.
Yeah.
Oh, it's got to be more than that now.
Oh, it's got to be. I think combined we probably have like 25 at least.
Whoa!
What, you wrote the rules of dodgeball in 2007, I believe?
I wrote the rules of dodgeball?
Didn't you? No, that wasn't you?
I think I adapted them from someone else.
Okay. Wow, that was a block off.
I wrote the referee guide handbook, which nobody ever used.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah, I love writing referee handbooks. Got to put in cool little graphics.
I mean, you were the head ref for Worlds in 2017.
Let's go! Oh!
Oh man!
Kind of losing my.
I'm
losing my my unbias here.
Oh yeah.
When I squeal when Apex makes a good play.
Honestly, it's more exciting when the commentators get into it, though, right?
Well, okay, so I'll get into it.
Yeah, get into it.
I mean,
we got to make it look more exciting than it already does on the court.
It is. How could anything look more exciting? Wow! Popped
right
him
on
the head.
beam of the head.
Right on the noggin.
It's McKay and Roto.
McKay playing in a mask. I tried that, man.
It's tough. I've noticed both McKay and Rex Gonzalez last season was wearing a mask, and I believe the reason they do that is because they're nurses.
Because they're what?
They're nurses. What a
big catch by Woods.
That was a catch.
And he was just like making it look
nonchalant.
Yeah, he just. That's the thing about Austin is he plays. He often looks like he could not care less about it. Oh
no!
The precious fingers. I hope
not
he's okay.
His fingers. Okay, well, as long as his fingers are good, we're good there.
Yeah, Ron should be
just catch.
It's up and he's like, okay.
And then Ron.
Just make sure ouch.
Finger clipping good, I guess. Man, that was perfect timing for the replay into the rush now.
Yeah, you're getting pretty good at this, sir.
Whoa! It comes with practice.
Ah!
Wait. If you lean on the ball and it being on the line?
No, it's
okay.
Oh man, I don't know what the rule is now, but I think it was
it used to be if you're
bearing
yourself,
weight.
Yeah. Used to be at least.
Yeah, I don't know if that's still true. But good call by a referee, Dustin Perditsky. Oh, double! I was surprised that both of them did not catch those.
Yeah.
Who's been practicing? That's what I want to know.
They both have. Both these teams have.
Both these teams have been practicing?
They're always practicing.
I can tell you, Hitmen, not been practicing.
No?
Nope. That was the first time we ever played together.
Is that a team that you're joining provincially?
Yeah.
Okay. Nice.
And you know what? We're going to take it all.
Okay.
Why are you laughing?
I'm not. I was.
Mitch,
I don't know why.
Why are you laughing, Mitch?
Just that's my immediate reaction to anything, really. I just laugh about it. Oh. Michael Bailey losing his balance. Was kind of on his knees for a bit.
Oh, who's the play-by-play and who's the color here?
I don't know. We've been just doing our.
Oh, big hit on Kopit.
What a shot!
And
Austin
they take
Woods
out Woods.
getting hit
Woods
there.
getting hit. All right, we got 3 on 2, but New York's got 4 balls, and they don't hit anybody in that one. Apex going to slow down. They're going to gather their 4 together.
This is about the 3rd time that Apex has had more players on the court than New Era. Wouldn't that be an upset, huh?
Yeah. Apex keeping it tight.
They are.
They've been practicing.
They're controlling the speed.
And I think maybe New Era might have underestimated.
That was close. Well,
maybe a little bit.
I don't know. I was using the excuse of rust this entire day.
Oh, Pantel is out. We got 3 on 1 again. 30 seconds left in the half. We got Kyle Lavoie on 3. Apex.
Ooh.
And he's down, and he got him. So it's 3-4 for New Era over Apex.
Yeah.
We're dealing with a close game here.
Oh.
Sudden death round coming up, no blocking.
Yeah, this is the most exciting part of dodgeball in my opinion.
This is why we come to the dodgeball court.
Yep.
For sudden death rounds here at the East Elmwood Dome.
Okay.
Oh, lots of balls flying. Not a lot hitting
flew
people.
Right past Moises' head.
Whew. We got to get a haircut. Oh, Lavoie.
Oh, he tried to throw that one off afterwards.
I thought for a second that he caught it and threw it back.
I thought it too, but instead he went for the throw to try and tag him before that ball died.
It's a good move. Ouch! Dupasque just lightning. Man, they can tie it up. We got 5 on 4 here.
Oh!
He almost had it. Oh, Bailey and Tomato going out. We got 4 on 3, New Era.
4 on 3.
Balls are, 4 balls on Apex here, so they're going to throw. And, they got 2.
That was
so
a
we
good
got 2
attempt
on
by
2.
Moises to try and get that ball back in the court.
This is getting tense here, folks.
2 on 2.
Gotta take my heart medication. Whoa! Oh, it goes for the catch. Can't. Oh my God! We got 1 on 1.
I thought he was going for.
We got Colton from our Faro. Faro! Clutch. Pulls it off.
That was good.
We're back to normal here.
And now it's halftime.
Halftime. What's what kind of acts we got booked here?
What kind of acts? Playing with green screens again.
Oh man, that's my favorite.
Do you wanna play with green screens again? I don't know. It was goofy.
Of course I do.
Or let's see what kind of replays we have. Let's just loop all the replays from this last little while.
Let's see some highlights.
Yeah.
Can we be sitting in front of the replays?
Do we what?
No, don't do it. That's me again.
Yeah.
Hey, that's me winning that whole game.
You're excited and stuff.
That's Pantel.
I don't remember what happened here.
Pantel is just a lot of movement. A lot of movement. Is this
More
that
Pantel.
big catch coming up? Big catch coming up right here? Oh, no, that wasn't it.
Oh, he almost threw it at him.
Oh, yeah, that's because
Did he hit the line, I think it was? Yeah.
No, Pantel got caught.
Oh, okay.
Bailey never saw it.
Oh, we have a replay of you getting hit in the nuts before.
I didn't get hit in the nuts.
Yeah, you did.
Really?
Yeah. You don't remember?
I got hit so many times, it must have been in the nuts.
Well then, now I got to find that one of you getting hit in the nuts because
I'd love to see it. Do I look graceful at least?
I don't remember. Do you remember where it is? Do you remember him getting hit in the nuts? Let's see if it's this one.
How could you forget?
We laughed about it. It wasn't that one. Why would I click that?
No.
What's going on?
No,
this is way before. Okay, stop with the animations. They were over there, yeah. Oh,
that's
nice
me.
Catch.
That was me.
That was not
you.
I
think that was me.
No, that wasn't.
Was that later in the game?
That was Mergler.
I hit. No, I know, but I hit.
Oh,
I
you
threw the
hit
ball.
him. Oh.
I think I threw it.
Okay.
I hit Mergler twice. It's not a big deal. And there's me cheering again because
okay.
Eldon stepped on the line.
Okay.
Because I wore him out with my cardio.
What time did the game start about?
Well, I'll tell you this.
Yeah, that's probably true.
I think during the halftime, I think New Era's having a little chat, and telling each other they should be winning by a lot more points than they are.
Oh yeah.
You know what?
It'll be.
I'm gonna find it later.
It'll be probably clipped, to be honest. So.
I mean.
Somebody would have.
It was not a. I don't think it was a legitimate hit. It was not a legitimate ball shot. I'm sure it looked like one, but they're fresh as daisies down there. So.
What was that, and who did that?
You know what? I don't care, but I loved it. I want more of that.
Do it again.
Let's get excited. This is dodgeball. This isn't.
This.
Whoa.
This game, the score is not quite what I expected it to be.
No, I agree. I was kind of excited about a lopsided victory because I wanted.
Honestly,
Apex,
no victory has been lopsided by that much.
I want a new era to beat Apex worse than Retro beat us.
I don't think that's going to happen at this point.
I don't think it is. Well, they might turn on their turbo.
Heathens, or sorry, you were Heathens?
No, we were Hitmen.
Hitmen, right.
What was the score? I don't remember. I think it was 9-4.
Heathens, I can't. Well, 9-4
for
Hitman. You guys, yeah.
Hitman.
Oh!
I thought Bailey was going to get that.
Wanted that.
Yeah, I think.
Second guessed it.
I think New Era's here.
Yeah.
I think they're here to play.
Yeah, now they do.
Ron plays with.
This is exactly how that finals match went back in December end of November, where they were shaky.
Right. Then I was playing on the other court.
Yeah.
I was playing on the other court, and nobody cared about our game. We just every second we had people had spare. They were running over to see what was going on.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I think the comment I made was, Coach Nick went and kicked New Era's ass, and then they played better.
Oh, John Dell! I thought he had it. There it is. Was that a perfect game for them? Did they lose anybody?
Yeah.
They kept all 6?
They kept all 6, I think.
Don't know. Let's take it to the chat. Did they keep all 6?
Did they keep all 6?
What's going on in the chat right now?
Nothing. Everybody's tired. It's a late night. Just the last comment was average Joe's all the way. The usual.
Oh, John Dell right in the head. Glad he's wearing those goggles.
Yeah.
Are we still doing headshot COVID ball? I don't think that's how you transmit COVID.
Alfaro wanted to push him back even more, but Apex is opting to keep in a defensive mode.
So, Apex got 5. Era's got 6. Wait, is it going to be 10 o'clock? Oh.
It is going to be 10 o'clock.
I got to go to bed. I don't have time for this.
What? I don't want to be
late.
alone. Unless you got to go home.
No, I don't got to go anywhere.
It's a late night Thursdays.
Oh, this is my phone. Oh, I think everybody thought he had that, but he did not. Nicked his feet.
Yeah. That leaves Michael Bailey left on the court for Apex up against 4 New Era players. Alfaro just doesn't care to let that match go on and takes him out.
And yeah, as maybe expected, New Era with 2 quick ones.
Yep.
They are.
And just like they say, New Era's back.
They're back,
exactly
baby.
What they commented.
Apex taking a timeout. That's a good move.
Yeah. Maybe I'll join them. No, I'm just kidding. I mean, I am part of Apex, but am I part of Apex this season? I'm not sure. And Apex is, or a New Era, I don't know, having a chat. They already had their chat earlier. But now it's Apex's turn to chat.
Does that mean it's our turn to chat?
Well, we can try to chat.
Well, I was going to tell you that I just recently purchased a Nintendo Switch.
Oh yeah.
And I'm learning how to play Super Smash Bros.
Oh wow, that's hardcore.
It's a difficult game to learn.
Yeah.
I know you're into that sort of thing.
Well, yeah, I'm wearing the shirt that says Super Smash.
There it is,
Balls.
right on the shirt.
There you go. That's the logo. You should recognize this logo.
I do recognize. That's how I knew that you would be interested in that.
That's cool. How long have you been practicing?
3 days.
Nice. That's enough to join a small-time tournament.
Oh, I'm not going to do that.
No?
I still don't really get the appeal. I'm more of a Mario Kart guy.
Oh, wow. I just realized, sorry I'm a little slow on this, but Destiny Guerrero rated us.
Huh?
Guess everybody's watching Dodgeball now.
Why, what's
Destiny
happening?
Guerrero is a music streamer who recently we've been watching on here. And decided to throw us some viewers for tonight.
Oh.
Now we got to pick up. This is our last game of the night, so we're all kind of tired.
Should we just stop dicking around then?
We should stop dicking around and actually commentate on
All
this
right.
stuff.
Well, if we got some new viewers, then we can maybe do some play-by-play here.
Yeah, yeah.
So, Apex has 4 balls, which means they are unburdened to throw. Let's see how many they're going to get rid of. They get rid of 2, and they hit someone. They hit Lavoie.
Yeah.
I thought they might have hit Austin, but nope. Austin wearing a hoodie today.
Oh, I was wrong.
Oh, Ron.
She was playing Untitled Goose Game. We were talking about video games just now. I don't know if you heard
That's true.
of that.
I have heard of that one.
Okay.
I was meaning to try it. Oh, no!
This is exactly what Stacy was talking
The
about.
deadly huddle shot.
Taking 2
Man. That's the kind of shot everybody dreams about making one day.
But it's a
you
shot
fire
you
it
can
into
easily
a huddle,
mess up.
and you just pull up bodies. Just bang, 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 bang. Hit them all in one shot. Got a replay on that?
This leaves Boudreaux alone. I think we have the camera pointed at that side.
I know, because no one thought he was going to throw it.
No, exactly. That's the thing. The rule we've been following is that the replay camera goes on the side of where the balls are going to be thrown,
Yes.
but unfortunately,
I got to
you
invest in a
don't
new
always
camera,
have
man.
to follow the count rule. You don't. Sometimes it's a good strategy not to follow burden. Especially in that case, because they took 2 players out.
That's what you do as a ref, and
Yeah.
it's hard to see those counters sometimes because you're not looking in that direction. When you're a lone ref, that's why it's always nice to have a few refs going. So we got a 5-on-1 here. They just turn it around in a split second with that huddle shot.
Oh!
Boom! Woods does
Just
not
ended it.
give a F.
That's true. Good way to
He
put it. He's
does
just
not
like,
care.
okay, guys, I just want to go home.
Yeah. Doesn't he get warm in that hoodie?
You know, that's why he wears a hoodie. And we've been talking about this all night. It's that padding that makes the catches easier to do. If you're normally a catcher, your catches go up by 50%.
I get it, so he's cheating.
It's cheap. But there's rules for competitive tournaments.
I guess, yeah, you don't see a lot of guys in hoodies.
Aren't able to wear a hoodie for
There's
that
always
reason.
there's always like when we play like rec league and noob league. Every team's got the one person wearing the hoodie who's just bagging up catches.
Yeah.
Wearing jeans, standing in the corner, just like a little vacuum.
I'm the top player, but today I don't give an F. You know. Honestly, like we were saying, it's almost like he's playing nonchalantly. That's always how
He always
Austin
does
Woods
that.
is. But he's good at it.
I
yeah.
know. If he wasn't so damn good, it would be. Yo!
Oh, he
Big
almost
team
fumbled
catch. Big team catch.
Michael Bailey with the catch off Ron.
Oh, he
Mike
got
couldn't have that
excited. He
next
got
catch.
those caffeine pills.
Yeah, more caffeine pills.
Oh,
He's
you're too
for
old, my
this.
friends? No.
I think Matt thinks he's too.
Oh, really?
You're not.
You look great.
Oh,
Let
that's
me do
even
the math
worse.
on that. So you're 12 years old?
No, like 10.
You look 10.
I haven't grown my hair yet.
What does your hair look like, Mike Bailey?
Okay. And there they go, throwing
I'd
at
like
the
someone to
huddle
Photoshop.
again.
Someone in the chat, please Photoshop
Oh.
Mike Bailey with hair. We'd like to see what it looks like.
Mike Bailey with hair.
Yeah.
I don't know what he would look like.
Never seen it.
Does it exist? If
Is it
doesn't
curly?
exist?
If it's curly, I know why he shaves his head.
Yeah, yes.
Oh, right in the fingers. And he had a finger clip before, too.
Oh, he did. Oh, Aaron.
And Aaron McKay is all alone.
Aaron McKay. Oh,
and
he skimmed him.
Yeah, he got skinned.
Always a reliable chap to take those. Stand-up gent right there.
Let's look at that Michael Bailey catch from earlier.
Oh, we got it? I want to see it.
I don't think it was a Michael Bailey catch. No, sorry. It was the DePasque hit right in the knees.
Right in the knees. All right, well, it's 9-3 now, so maybe I will get the New Era beats Apex better than Retro beat.
Where is this game right now?
Retro
being
beat
asked,
Hitman.
Destiny? Winnipeg, Manitoba.
Winnipeg, Manitoba.
Cold, windy.
Minus
Winnipeg,
25.
Manitoba. I don't know if it's really that cold today.
Actually, I built a little Quincy with my daughter out in the snow.
You did?
A little did.
It's perfect weather for that.
Is it though? It actually, I thought it was going to be a lot colder
The last
than
couple
it was.
of days where it was like -1.
Yeah.
Or sorry, close. I should say it more like at the freezing point.
Oh, there's our Ron.
That was Ron.
Ron with the catches. I don't know how he does that.
Oh, and Alfaro couldn't keep that one in his clutches.
Like, how do you train to just have like quick reflexes and
Ron's
make
always
catches
been
like
that
that?
way.
He's always been that.
He's
It's
just catching machine.
It's not something you can teach. It just happens.
And DePasque on the side of New Era is the exact same way.
Yeah. Well, no, the past quick practices.
Okay.
I just feel like there's certain players out there that just have the magic touch, and Ron is one of them. Not that Ron doesn't practice, but like
the whole team practices.
DJ's form is immaculate.
Right.
Like he gets right down to his knees. He does everything.
But look at this. This is what, the 5th time that Apex had more players on the court than New Era.
Yeah.
For a little bit there. Now it's tied 3-3 on the court.
Austin.
Michael Bailey.
Austin put nothing into that throw. Caught Bailey not looking. And he tried it again.
Yeah, he just doesn't care.
He
sometimes.
does not.
Now he fakes it.
Now he didn't even have a ball.
Yeah.
Oh! Kopet knew he was going to catch that.
Yeah.
But he did not. All right. Austin is in.
He's just goofing off.
F around stage. Here we go.
It's that time where it's.
I mean, it's 9-3. Let's have a little fun.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, see, and that's Lavoie. What I'm talking about
Tagged
is
right in the foot.
Lavoie has a magic to him where he does not have the form that other players do, but he will make every shot that he throws.
Yeah.
His accuracy, and you can't see it. Like you would get like a Team Canada scout out here looking at him, and they'd be like, "That guy, what does he do?" And but because you're not playing against him, he will decide where the ball is going to hit you.
Right.
It's not about whether or not it's going to hit you; it's where it's going to hit you.
Uh-oh.
All right.
All right. He knew he couldn't win that one. Now it's 10-3. That's the missed catch. Getting tagged right in the toe, Bertrand from the other side. And then, of course, the classic Austin Woods.
Screaming,
I'm going to scream at you like a
We call that the
Viking.
Braveheart.
Yes. And he just could not keep that one in his clutches.
10-3. Slappity slap slap.
Oh!
What happened there?
I think he was falling out of the line, wasn't he?
I thought Jandel
falling
was
off
going
court.
for the catch, and then he just like, I don't want to catch it. But I think he was already out, which is the reason.
he kind of stepped out. The ball was a little too far back.
Yeah.
That's what I saw anyways. Maybe he's trying to get them to throw more balls at him, possibly. That is a smart.
Oh
right
wow,
on
big
top
hits.
of the head.
That's hard, and that's a hard shot to make.
Once again, Apex has more players on the court.
Get used to it, man. They're coming back. If you don't like it, get a job. I don't know what that means.
If you don't like it, get a job.
Austin again with just like. Oh, thanks for waking up to take Bailey out on that shot. That's very nice. Very nice of you.
He hasn't thrown to his full potential this entire day, and he just does that one. All right.
What's Apex going to do here?
What's he going to do?
Try to take out Woods.
Lavoie.
Not working.
Oh! Oh, big catch
What
by
a
McKay. Amazing. All right, so we got 3 on 2 here. Yeah.
4? No,
oh,
3.
3. No, 3.
Oh, Bertrand came in from the catch.
Yep. So, ouch.
And McKay taken out.
Before the throw is done. Again, that's the accuracy. Lavoie can't. It's one of those things. I don't know how you're supposed to teach that. You're just good at it.
Oh, taken out by Bertrand.
Boom! And that's
that one
big
was
win.
way too far. I could not catch that one.
Big win for Apex. 10-4.
Apex makes that round an interesting one. Can they catch up? Probably not. And that was the catch by McKay.
Off Alfaro. That's a tough ball to catch right there.
There's the hit. Went right over the shoulder, so he couldn't go for the catch because it was way too far behind
I think he could have gotten it if
you
he
think
jumped
he could have jumped up that high?
He could have jumped high enough, yeah.
I don't think so. Whatever you say, Matt.
That's. I mean, I'm just saying I would have done it, you know.
You could have attempted.
I could have jumped it.
Would it have done anything? I don't know.
Oh! Just, ow!
Ouch.
Man.
Right in the face, so that's a COVID ball. Not allowed to. He's got COVID on it.
I think Taylor thought he was going to throw it someone else.
Yeah.
And he teed off right on him.
Yeah.
Whoa. Bailey's out.
In case anybody's curious, anybody who gets hit in the face, that ball is put away.
Put away.
Put away,
sanitized.
wiped down, sanitized. So we can all get hit by it in the face later and get some alcohol in our eyes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Got to get some alcohol in us somehow, you know.
Yeah. It's that kind of dodgeball game.
All right,
Apex turn to throw.
They're gonna chat it up, see what's gonna happen.
A little
here.
too high from McKay. Bertrand on the far side.
New Era just 6 strong. They're gonna come in here.
Not much Apex can do other than whittle them down and play their slow pace game.
McKay moving a bit like a Mortal Kombat character there.
That was for a little second there.
Did not work out for him.
No.
I think he heard me.
Yeah. He's looking at you.
Whoa! Colton getting way low on the floor.
Yeah. You said I clipped that for a replay. You got to really watch how low Bertrand gets to the floor.
I heard he was as a limbo champion.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Right in the toe? No? Okay.
The jumping. Yeah. I don't know how someone can jump when they're like not on the ground.
Yeah.
They're doing a double jump, which brings us back to Super Smash Bros.
That's true. Tagged out was Ron, but then watch how low Bertrand gets down.
He gets down.
How can you hit that?
How many games has he played today? Oh! Oh, love the hustle.
So
love
much just happened.
Is Colton?
That was chaos.
Is Bertrand on this team? Or is he subbing?
So Bertrand used to be on Apex.
Yes.
He was on Apex
that's
for
an
a bit.
old jersey,
so
right?
he is that is the classic Apex jersey, the blue one that you see there.
Classic blue.
The classic blue. I like those jerseys better than what the red is nice. The green is awkward.
Did you design the blue ones?
I designed
Mitch?
both of these.
Oh, okay. Then you
can judge these.
You can poop on them if you want.
I can poop on them all I want. And there's a small change I would have made on these red and blue jerseys.
What's that?
And that would be getting rid of the green and putting that original blue color in.
Ouch.
Nice catch.
I don't know what happened there, but it was very good.
DJ caught a ball.
Dupasquier. What happened? What happened?
He thought that was it, so he walked out because he put the ball down. And Bertrand was still on the court.
This is how Bertrand's going to win.
So he walked himself out.
It will be their hubris that brings them down.
And this would be funny if Bertrand then wins this round.
Yeah, that would be.
That was a chaotic moment. The chat thinking, oh, the underdogs will now come back and win because of that moment.
Yeah, because of that. That was a turning point.
Yeah, yeah. But I mean, we still have 2 minutes in the second half. How can you
doing the? Oh, he didn't even know he had one.
It's like seven rounds in 2 minutes.
Cole, he's dodging balls that he can't even see.
Oh wow.
He's sitting down. What's gonna happen? He's gonna stand up.
Austin's just
Oh! Did he hit Austin? That's what I want to know.
No, I don't know.
Because if he hit Austin,
I'm
and
not
it was all
sure.
just a big distraction.
Austin was just a distraction.
I want to know if he hit Austin, and I want to know.
I don't think he did hit Austin. And then
See,
he just did not see that ball.
Austin was distracted. I bet you, like, that could have very well been his plan.
Yeah.
Was I'm going to stand up there and be silly, and then this guy behind me is going to take you out. All right, let's see this rush here. New era. Oh,
that's a double.
Mike blocking right into McKay. Oh,
Come
it's
on,
a double.
Mike.
It was a. I thought it was a block. What are you doing on the court there, Bailey?
He touched it on his way out. So you can't touch a ball on your way out of the court if you're a dead player, right?
Oh, I did that today.
You did that today?
I did.
You should know the rules. You used to be a head ref.
I've been around here.
You have.
I did it today, and I felt bad about it, but I also didn't tell anyone.
I guess that's fair. I mean, did it affect the game?
No.
Exactly.
Like, what are you supposed to do? Be like, oh, I did that. I guess you're supposed to do what Mike just did, which is tell the ref, get everyone confused.
Yeah. Oh, what a block. And then DePasque is the best at no-look throws.
Oh, God. Yeah, you don't know where he's throwing.
It's sudden death.
That's it. That's it, baby. Well.
Except we still do sudden death. So
it's one for the hitman.
Here's the last part of this game. Wow, that was
it's
quite a
just John
lot.
Dell, right?
It's just John Dell, yeah.
This could take all night.
Oh, that is true.
I don't have time for this.
Holzer's calling it as
there it is. Never
Holzer
mind.
was right.
Well, what a game.
And that's it. That's it for dodgeball for today. It took the time up for you to bring groceries.
Huh?
Okay, so somebody was bringing up groceries while they were watching dodgeball.
Huh.
Is that your groceries? Did you have groceries to bring up?
I wish I did. I got to go get some groceries. Probably not tonight, but well, what do we do here? What's the post game?
The post game is basically I realized my Chrome here crashed. So we're going to go over to I learned how to raid. I used to not do this. I learned how to raid. I used to not do this at all.
What is raid?
Raiding is when you throw everybody who's watching into somebody else's stream. And you basically leave them there.
Isn't that the opposite of raiding?
Sorry?
All right. How do we sign off here?
We sign off by saying goodbye. It's been fun, everybody. You all are nice and good people. I'm struggling trying to figure out how to do this.
Good game. I'm new here. Is there different teams and divisions? Yes, this is the competitive men's league. This was the first night of playing. So that's probably going to be 3 teams tied for first. Because 3 teams, I think we had 3 games tonight, all right?
Yep.
So yes, men's competitive Winnipeg league. That was new era plan. They had
and the standings, this was the first night, so like we'll have updated standings on the screen next week. We are back on Sunday though, Sunday evening. We start at 4 o'clock Central. That would be
you gonna be here?
I'll be here. That'll be 5 o'clock.
For draft?
Are you're here for a draft?
5
game,
o'clock,
you?
baby.
You wanna go on mic again?
Nope.
Come on. Okay.
Now I gotta raise my children.
That's so boring.
If my children are asleep, I can stay. And also, if I want to, I can stay.
Yeah.
But
hey, look, we still got this thing that we accidentally did before.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Remember this?
Yes, this is great.
Whoa.
Okay.
Why did we do that? This wasn't supposed to happen. We just realized the wall behind us is green. Okay.
Looks great.
Good night. We're raiding now.
Can I go home now?
Yeah. Have a good night.
All right. Thank you for
Bye,
having me.
everybody.